Hey YouTube, it's Leah Lauder, your favourite mega church hot survivor, and I've come on again. True to my word. Ooh! Oh my god, what happened to my fan? True to my word, I've come back on live. I'm just gonna do a quick one, guys, because I am tired. Chair. I said I'm not gonna put too much glaze on that side, and I'm regretting it already. All right, so I'm gonna go live on Insta now, guys, because I don't want to leave Insta out, and then I'm going to get into the topic. I am exposing UCKG. And I think we kind of had like quite a heavy live before I took the break. Oh my gosh, I got no tissue like an idiot. Oh well, we've kicked off now. Ooh, bad baby looks nice, chair. Has she left that dusty guy? She must have done, because she looks good. Oh, it's not the best. Oh my god, YouTube. I forgot I was live on YouTube, you know. I thought I was just on Instagram. YouTube, do you know what? It is what it is. It's ghetto time. All right. Let's go live on Insta. Hey, Insta. It's your favorite mega church cult survivor, Leah Lauder, and I'm live. And I'm also live on YouTube, and I'm live on TikTok at the same time. So depending on, you might not get the best angle, but guys, I try for you. All right. I do try. Let me try and do this on the slideshare. Let me see TikTok if I can just get you to move just a little bit. Yeah, because I feel like if you're a bit laxer. All right. Yeah, perfect. All right. That's a better angle, isn't it, guys? Is that all right? Okay, welcome, Instagram. Oh, thanks, Mo. Welcome. Wait, YouTube, I've got to fix this angle, chair, because I engage quite a lot with TikTok, so I don't want to be messing it around. Okay. No, I feel like you lot are far, man. You know, like TikTok and that. Sorry, 1 second, YouTube, because you know how it gets, chair. I've got to make sure. And Instagram. Oh my god, I'm just carrying around Instagram. I don't even know what I'm doing up. All right, you lot might get a little side profile. I can't lie today, guys, because this is the best I can do, chair. All right, y'all. This is what we're going to have to do. Let me try and move YouTube a bit this way so I can look at everybody. All right. So I'm going to be talking about UCKG today. I'm going to be exposing them up. Like, I've about had enough of them now, chair. I was in Woolwich I actually went to get this hairpiece because I'm from the sticks in Kent. So I wanted to get like something nice. So I went there. Anyway, when I went to Woolwich, why are there people evangelizing on the street like every single second? I can't even bloody well, do you know what I mean? Breathe. It was absolutely crazy when I went there, chair. I'm going to try and prop YouTube up so I can have more of a better view of everybody. Okay, so just bear with me, guys. I haven't Instagram. Can you still hear me? TikTok, I'm gonna have to put you like that, yeah. So have I got mods on deck? I'm gonna need mods, man. All right. I know I should have sorted this out before, but I thought it was gonna be fine. But I'm not liking the angles, chat. I need to feel like I'm speaking to everyone. All right. Okay, brilliant. This is perfect. All right, guys. So welcome to my live. My name is Leah Lauder, and I'm a mega church cult survivor. I spent 18 years in a mega church, and then I came to the realization that it was a cult during the pandemic. And since I've spoken out, then other survivors have come forward and started to give their accounts of similar ABUSC, because remember, they use all the same tactics and everything. So it's the same. Okay, everywhere. Instagram, it doesn't look like my camera's focusing. I don't know why. Is that all right, Insta? Do you know what, Insta? You're going to have to take it like this because I have to use my old phone. But it's not in focus, is it? Oh, man. Why is this happening today? Oh, my God. All right. We're just going to have to do it up. Okay. So I'm going to be talking about why these church cults target people in like deprived neighborhoods, because when I went to Woolwich, it was just, I mean, they're usually everywhere anyway on a normal day, but in Woolwich it was absolutely crazy. Gnate, how are you? It was absolutely crazy. I felt like there was like, there was well over 60 of them. It was crazy. And you know, Woolwich is already congested and it's already packed. And then they were just everywhere. From the time I came from Tesco's, they're evangelizing from the car park into Tesco's. And I'm thinking, what is it about Woolwich why they're all just out here, especially UCKG? Then I clocked they got a UCKG building in there. But I want to do a deeper dive, like on why they target the ghetto. When you think about UCKG, and this is the church cult that I'm going to be using to expose this up, yeah. UCKG is not a BLK church. Their pastor is not an African man. At least these pastors who are coming from Ghana and Nigeria, at least, like, do you know what I mean? Like, there's a connection to what they're doing up. With this, we've got Macedo, who is a whitey Brazilian, and his demographic is mainly BLK Angolians, people who were totally disenfranchised. They're disenfranchised by society. They come over, do you get what I'm saying, to the UK, and they're completely isolated. And that community is really small, and the culture is tight. So what we see is that they're going to particular demographics, because I don't see no UCKG. I'm from Grove, Ladbroke Grove. There's no UCKG in Ladbroke Grove, but there's a UCKG in Kilburn though, South Kilburn. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's a big building. So they know what they're doing. They're strategically putting these UCKGs, Peckham, Brixton, Croydon. Where else have they got them? Finsbury Park. Do you get what I'm saying? There's other ones. A guy was telling me in Birmingham, a survivor, and they're all in these. So what I'm saying is, I really think as a community, we need to do up like social action. And we really need to come together as a community and stand up for ourselves and say, like, we don't want this in our community. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's other ways to get support, guys. There's loads of ways to get support. And I will be talking about other ways people can get support, access to community services, like your rights. We're going to be doing like a lot of advocacy stuff. Myself and another survivor called Lula Rouge. So there's going to be a lot more kind of content coming out around like information, advice and guidance, because I do think it is important for me to kind of give alternatives. They're not going to be religious. I can't give you religious alternatives. It's like people want me to turn into like, I don't know, like this fake pastor and be given all of these. Like I'm not doing that. I can tell you what I did, and I can tell you how I did that. Do you get what I'm saying? But everybody has to go through their individual journey and process. Do you get what I'm saying? Because someone who hasn't lost their V, for example, compared to somebody who's been in a marriage for 15 years in there. Do you understand what I'm saying? And then they come out, they haven't had any actual experiences, because a lot of them are in celibate marriages. So they don't actually get the back blown out. So for some women, they haven't had intimate experiences for like 10 years or years, is what I'm saying, connecting. And the thing is, as a woman, when you're not having like intimate time with your husband, because remember, it's not like it's your man. Hey, Hayati, this is your husband. You can't go out to go and get like pleased anywhere else, because it's a sin. You'll go to HLL, you're committing adultery. Do you get it? So it literally makes you, you don't feel like a woman, because you got to remember all of their like validation, identity, like everything is in being this wife and this slave, because of the way they indoctrinate you. So when that man is like, and then the man, he covers it with hyper religiosity. I'm going on missions. I'm going out to preach. I'm a traveling minister. The ones who travel the most and just do ministry 24 hours a day, and they're never with their family and they're never with their wife, they're not attracted. They don't like each other. They want to be away, because you would find time to, even big time celebs that do worldwide tours get time to like see each other. And then, oh, it's all fake in there. Ooh, what's good, lady? What's your favorite dinosaur today? Oh, that's a hard one. Do you know what? I'm gonna say Tyrannosaurus Rex, because that's the only one I can think of. I'll keep it real. But I will always go with the birds, babe. Do you know what I mean? I'll always go with the birds. Someone's asking me what my favorite dinosaur is. It's always going to be the birds. Can I just say a different bird today? Can I say hummingbird? Hummingbird. I think I get away with it because I sung. Valid answers as always. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you ever so much. Thanks for stopping by. I know. I'm gonna. Do you know what? I'm gonna educate myself on dinosaurs, so next time I can really impress you. Okay. All right. So what am I getting into tonight? All right. So I'm getting into why UCKG in particular target you know, deprived areas, because remember, it's not a BLK church, guys, and we are going to have to get into the discourse with race around UCKG as well. All right, because a lot of survivors have come back, and there's been reports around acism and especially colorism. People have experienced that. Yeah, so I am going to be getting into this. Oh God, I'm going to have to verse myself around the current race discourse, because the theory around race is very complex. I think for my, because I did an assignment on race actually, and I think I got a 2-1. There's nothing wrong with a 2-1, guys. It's fine. Do you know what I mean? It's fine. But I wanted a first, and I tried really hard, and I got a 2-1. So race is very difficult to unpack. But we will be getting into it, because I want people to understand that UCKG is not a BLK church. I want them to understand that there is a particular group that's targeted, because it is a Portuguese speaking cult as well. And I want to unpack some of that. Oh my God, I'm loving this playlist. All right, you lot, let's get into it. You're my lady. Who knows about D'Angelo? You're my lady. Who knows about D'Angelo? Where's my OGs? Lady. Where's all my OGs? All right, let's get into it. Oh, music ain't like how it was. All right, so here's a clear breakdown of why church cults like UCKG often target deprived, predominantly BLK African areas such as Woolwich in South London. Guys, have I got mods on? Queen Ange on deck, Featherstone in the house. Are you lot mods? Because can you help me pin and stuff, guys? Because I'm on Instagram and YouTube. No pressure if there's comments and stuff, because the setup is wild. It's ghetto. It's ghetto talk tonight. You know them ones, Ange. Afterwards, I'm going to take a picture of the setup to send you, chair. You know that one. So when you come on live, you know what your girl's working with behind the scenes, chair. Oh, someone tried to call me. All right, guys, let me stay focused, because I've got ADHD. I've got BPD. I'm just a neurospicy babe. All right, so bear with me. Welcome, YouTube. All right, so why do church cults like UCKG predominantly target BLK areas with a heavy demographic of especially Africans, BLK Africans? That's what I find. And it Woolwich, it's not like Peckham, because I don't go Woolwich. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I've been to Woolwich. I can count the amount of times I've been to Woolwich. So when I went today, but I have been before, and I know there is usually people out, because they swarm it anyway. Like up the live, please, on TikTok. But the thing about yesterday when I went out, I think God made it so that I would go there so I could see how bad it's got. I just think that they feel like they're under some sort of attack or persecution. Like, that's what my gut's telling me. They feel like they're under some sort of attack or persecution. YouTube, I'm going to wipe the screen. I have to. I know it's ghetto. We've got to do what we've got to do. See, that's better. They feel like they're under some sort of attack or persecution. And so they're out here like in droves, and they're going even harder. But that's making it worse. But remember I said to you that cults self-destruct. So because the cult leaders are malignant narcissists, and they've got grandiose ideologies of self, and they're surrounded by yes man, yes please, yes sir, in their bubble of psychosis, there's no one there to bring them back into reality. He's all brought them into into a distorted reality. So they're all looking up to him like the leader, and what can we do now? And so he can't just like fall apart, because he's leading all of these people based off lies. So they've got to keep telling them to do the same thing. Do you know what I mean? To go out there and do it. But they're facing more resistance, because we've had enough. And then it's getting to like the pinnacle, like the height of it, and they're just doing more and more and more. So I've always said it's going to take something really bad to happen, guys, because the way it's going, no one's mentally stable at the moment, including the people out giving the flyers and doing supposed outreach. No one's mentally, everyone's going through it, chair. Hey, Jay, everyone's going through it. Everyone's hanging on to their mental health for their life. We're healing, Every day's looking different, but everyone's going through it at the moment. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's struggling financially, chair. Everyone's struggling. It's hard at the moment, man. Unless you're on the roads and young, then you'll just be booking flights. You know them ones. No, guys, seriously, I've got dark humor, guys. I can't help it. I've got to make jokes. And guys, my only experience was going out with GMs and being gang affiliated, because I was recruited when my boyfriend got unalived in police custody. So I don't try and glorify the life. It's just that I was then in the cult for 18 years and it was just dry as hell. Do you lot still use dry? Oh my gosh, you know, it's like watching paint dry in there. It's so boring. You do the same thing over and over again, and then they make you wear these funny clothes in there, chair. Featherstone, chair. I used to look like a grandma. They make you, oh my God. You see the gal them in them, you lot, sorry. Like, my heart goes out to you lot, because when you're in there, you really think you're doing your big one. Like, you really think you're sold out for Christ, chair. But they just turn you into some, like, you could be like 22 in there and you're like an auntie. Like, I'm gonna be 40. This is why I think God has allowed them to see it, because society has changed so much and the world has changed so much. And a lot of people, even if you've been in there for 2 years, this past year we've had like timeline shifts. We're in a new age, the age of Aquarius, like people who are woke will know, you know. So there's a lot that's happened. So it's almost like we've jumped, I don't know, it's not like a year. It's almost like it's more than a year. Is what I'm saying making sense? Because, you know, time is relative. So it's a social construct. So time's not real. So we could have jumped like 1,000 years. And do you know what? That reminds me of that scripture that 1,000 years is like a day to God. That's why there's no time. They created it, bruv. So we're in a new age. This is a new world that we're in. Welcome. And if you've done the healing work and, you know, you've poured into self and you've studied the knowledge, and you will be on that frequency, because the world's falling apart. But if you've been in tune and you've done the work, we would have, you know, we've come out of retrogrades. You're coming into calmer storms now, hopefully. All right. Welcome everybody who's coming on. Welcome. Okay, so unfortunately, you religious lot, the church cult lot, you lot are in the old world, unfortunately. Right, so we're all out here, we can see what's going on. And that's why when the Charlie Kirk thing happened the other day and other things have happened, we're like, ooh, the elitists are getting angry, because the collective consciousness has raised, you see. So all of the past distractions and the things that they used to do up, like 9/11, things like that, we all used to be like in fear. But now we know it's like all an illusion. We know that they're doing this to distract us. So what's happening is, because there's more of an, I would say it's not even an equilibrium. I do feel like the collective is quite strong. And as I was saying, like, people who maybe like see life differently, or are maybe tatted up, or might look a bit goth, and you wouldn't like speak to those people like on a normal day. When you're depressed and fighting for your life and feeling like you're going to delete yourself and someone comes on, you're not really caring, are you guys? When you're in the gutter, like, what if they believe this, or if someone's talking and what they're saying resonates with you, chair, then you're going to listen. And then afterwards, and that's what I love about TikTok, because it's giving people the opportunity. Maybe if we saw certain people think, oh, they don't believe it, they look a bit strange, but on here you're getting to see people's souls, because you can come on all the time. It's got that up close and personal vibe, and that's what I just love about this app. So it's exposing it, because I'm going to be 39 in January. I'm going to be 40 soon, and there's gal them in these spaces that they're half my age or younger. The ones who my heart goes out for is the second gen. Yeah, it is in the heart and mind, Cheyenne. You're absolutely right. And I think if you're kind in heart, I think if you're kind and pure in heart, I think that you'll have a youthful, like, do you know what I mean? Because some of the people that I've spoken to that have had the hardest lives, been through some of the most terrible trauma, they look the best. Thank you, 21st Century Market. And that's why I don't regret, like, I'm glad I went through everything, Cher. Do you know what I mean? Because, and that's what I'm saying, like, they want me to be bitter. They want me to be hateful. Like, they want me to be like, do you know what I mean? But I look good, babe. Like that's what I'm saying to you. Like, I'm not upset anymore. I'm not, do you know what I mean? I'm just out here doing it because I love the collective. And it's helping me. And we found our own community now. We don't care about you lot. But unfortunately, we do have to expose it, because that's the reason why we're here. But for you lot to say that I'm bitter and I'm this and I'm that, you know, you look, it's giving religious psychosis. Thanks, Miss Blacklisted. It's giving religious psychosis because I look like a bag of money. I'm so sorry. I could go to Mayfair right now, do you know, and it's not even about sleeping with anyone, because these men, they just want to be seen with a woman like me. That's it. It's not even about blowing out the back. They just want to be seen with me to show off, and just, that's it, my love. Thank you, Miss Blacklisted. Oh, no, well, I haven't healed completely. Healing is a lifelong journey. It's not linear. Healing is like water. It flows. It's never ending. Because someone could, in 10 years, someone's mum could unalive. That's why healing never ends. It's a continuum. It's part of the flow and cycle of life. You lot don't know anything, because unfortunately it's just been a lot of hyper religiosity and false doctrine. So a lot of people don't understand like the cycle and flow of life. So they're in bondage. They're in systems and institutions and structures because they don't understand what the hell is going on. And when they catch you, these religious cults, what happens is you're in trauma. So your amygdala, your prefrontal cortex, all of that, your neurosystem's deregulated. You're in a very traumatic space. So you don't have like perception and self-awareness like you would have had if your dad didn't unalive that year. Anyone you speak to, they call it testimony. Remember, they cover everything in hyper-religiosity. But why is everyone who's in there, including the 32-year-old pastor that's been groomed and been in there since he was 18 years old and doesn't have a mum or a dad? So he's the pastor's personal lave and favorite, golden child of the cult. There's one in everyone. In Caris, I think it's, what's his name again? Timothy. In Caris, David Antry's favorite is Timothy. In First Love, it's Daniela, Mother Dianara. She's a female bishop. And then in the wider denomination, old school, it was my spiritual father, Reverend Edmund Asamoah. And then in Spirit Embassy, there's a brother called Ricky, who was a homeless whitey guy who could sing. And that Uber angel guy took him in. He's been there for 11 years, a personal lave. All right, my loves. So if you've been like a looked after child, like you've been your care experience, you've got like your parents unalived young, you don't really have much family support, whatever, you're going to be at extremely high risk of not only joining these cults, but getting completely wrapped up to the point where you won't be able to leave. It's very rare that someone that doesn't have like any family, like completely vulnerable, so like been homeless, whatever, like that is what I would call a miracle. And that's why I said I'm not going to say that I don't believe in miracles and healings from God, because I don't believe in it the way that they believe in it. Because I don't know, I feel like almost like when you unalive, when you've been here and you've been a good person, it almost is like a graduation. Do you know what I mean? I think for me, I see it like more as a spiritual like unalivement and then like rebirth. Do you understand what I'm saying, guys? So what I mean is that, because I just lost my train of thought. For example, a miracle to me of God would be like someone like that, like who's been in a cult for 11 years, was homeless, doesn't have no family, and then they get out of a cult that they've been in for 11 or 15 years. To me, that's showing healing, and that's a miracle from God. But to them, it's like they see it like physical, because remember, everything's external, so they don't see the Bible like through a spiritual lens. It's through a lens of ego, like external. So that's why they fake a lot of the miracles. They do a lot of mystical manipulation, mystical manipulation, to get you into trance-like states. So it's easier to indoctrinate you, and, you're hallucinating, you're delirious. And they're also like infiltrating your mind without your consent. So there's a lot that goes on. Yeah, through a lens of control. Yeah, absolutely right, Miss Blacklisted. Or like someone like getting raised from the unalive. They fake so much of that. Or someone comes and say, I had a stomachache before I came to church. When I was on the way on the bus, I was supposed to do some outreach with Peckham, but my stomach was hurting so much, and I was thinking, if my stomach continues hurting like this, I'm going to have to go to A&E. I'm not going to make it tonight. Just like, babe, but you didn't go to A&E. It's a stomach, that simple ibuprofen or paracetamol that the scientists invented. If you just pop 2 of those, babe, with a lovely cold chilled bottle of Evian, you'd be absolutely fine. You could do that at outreach chair. Ooh! Oh, is the paracetamol and ibuprofen haram? You waiting for God to heal you, to drop some miracle healing rain from the sky to heal you? Hey, Queen Lucia. Yeah, you're absolutely right. These spaces are a theatre stage. And you know what? ChatGPT actually described it as that theatrical street preaching. And then there's another one they do up. I think they call it theatre something, you know, because it's like performative. It's all performative. That's why I said when the XGMs get saved, and then they're in these cults, they replace all of the stuff like that, the issues that they had and the trauma, their coping strategies, their identity that they had in gangs. They replace it for this really RADICAL, like soldier for Christ. And they're just, they guys, what you need to understand, because I'm a professional, yeah, when it comes to, I don't know where the remote is, when it comes to working with gangs, okay? I've got over 20 years of experience. My boyfriend unalived in police custody. He was unalived by the police in 2007. It's just, guys, I'm just like, I'm a specialist. My point being is these guys, yeah, that have been in jail, especially when they've been young, because I've also worked in secure estates, which are like, those are prisons for 17 and under. So we can get as young as 10. And I have worked with child unalivers as young as 10, yeah, that were sentenced to like 10, 11 years. Anyway, my point is when they've been in those those situations, they're never the same again, unless they really unpack that trauma. They're never the same again. Okay, so we've got a prime example of that guy Reality, and I'm going to start doing some content. I've got to do so much content. That guy Reality, guys, I might not be on live tomorrow. I'm not going to lie. I've got so much content to do. But yeah, like that guy Reality, yeah, he's got so much trauma from the roads, and he's coming and he's just exchanged it. And it's like he's trying to be like a roadman with like the scriptures and stuff. And it just is so weird. So he wants to get taken seriously. And maybe he was about that life, because a lot of guys are go through child criminal exploitation like Reality. So they were never a GM. They were never really about that life. They were trying to prove themselves to get a reputation, because there's ranking and a pecking order when it comes to like gangs and whatever. When you start getting to like 25, them type of ages, you start to be what they will call like an older. Do you understand? And then you got like the OGs that are like, you know, that will probably be like 30s, 40s. That's like uncle status type of vibe, yeah. So my point is, babe, like if you got saved at 18, like you know, you're a victim of child criminal exploitation, because that's why you went to baby jail, youth jail. That's why you were in Cookenwood or Feltham, or you might have been in Rochi. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Or ISIS, do you get it? Like, and I've been in there. I could ride that time. Yeah, and I'm not saying it's still hard. I'm not saying that it's not hard and whatever, but I'm just saying like I could ride that time in it. So when they come out and they try to be like, oh, I was in jail and I did this, like some of them are just like, what's the word? Like Elmley, for example. The inmates walk around in the jail. They come in the office. I was sitting in there doing some work, and you know that guy Dutch, is that, you know, Steph London's brother? I don't rate him. He just walks in the office, and the way he was walking in the office, like, because remember, I was in the cold, because I got this job and I didn't know I was going to be like, you know, on the wing and with the inmates, and oh, guys, it was mad. I'm not going to lie. So anyway, I'm on the wing. It walks in this brother and he's all acting, I don't even know, chair. But that's not my type. And anyway, I'm married and I'm in the cult, yeah. But I started looking good, chair, because I had to go back into the prison to remember who I was, because they stripped me of all my confidence. Anyway, let me get to the point. So they come walking in the office, and afterward, the guy I'm working with is like, oh, do you know who that is? That's Dutch. I'm like, who's that, bruv? She's staying in South London, but I'm in the cult at this point, so I don't know who anyone is. Do you understand? But anyway, my point is, they walked into the office and they were all chatting to us, and you know what I mean? It's like a adult youth club, some of these jails. Every time I talk about UCKG, I get like this because the energy is heavy. So I know that there's a lot of like dark practices. There's a lot of witchcraft that's going on with UCKG. And I'm not trying to exasperate it. Guys, let me know if this is triggering for anybody, okay? Because I can strip it back a little bit, yeah? All right, let's get into it. So why do they target areas like Woolwich and Peckham and the Hood, where there's a strong demographic of BLK African community? So vulnerability and economic stress. I want to choreograph. Is it choreograph? I'm so tired. I want to just say categorically. I want to categorically say, I'm not saying that like it's only the African community that is like, you know, like deprived or whatever, because as I said to you, historically I've gone for strictly Nigerian men and they've all been rich. So I'm not, what I'm saying is I've seen like very wealthy, you know, sides of Africa, which is absolutely beautiful. So I'm just going off ChatGPT and I'm going by this specific demographic. So I'm talking about Peckham, I'm talking about Woolwich, I'm talking about the deprived areas where we have factual evidence, we have a consensus of statistics that show that within the Woolwich area, this is why I'm focusing on Woolwich, because I've looked at the demographic, I've looked at the statistics. I'm not saying everybody who's BLK and comes from an African demographic that lives in Woolwich is of a deprived, you know, background or whatever. But what I am saying is when I've looked at the statistics, that's what it's showing. Okay. All right. So let's get into it. So vulnerability and economic stress. Poverty creates desperation. People struggling with rent, job, visas. So dusty guys. Health or family instability are more open to promises of miracle breakthroughs. Guys, be so simple. They need to go and listen to some Lauryn Hill, yeah. Then we'd all be all right. Do you know why this is so deep? Because, guys, it's the dusty men that marry these women. They don't have no financial stability, no emotional stability. They go and they think they're like this powerful man of God. They're just following the mog, what they're telling them to do, because they want, oh, thanks, my love, because they want them to like trap them in the cult and marry all these like pygmishas, these desperate women that feel like their biological clock, their time's running out because the pastor's telling them that 20s is your flower of your youth, and you know, like no one's gonna want you, because they have to demonize older women, because I'm not saying younger women are not wise, but guys, when you get to like you get into your 30s, like your late 30s and your 40s, you realize, the penny drops. I believe you really become a woman when you're 40. And that's why women in their 40s, if ladies, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself, pour into yourself and love yourself, because life really does start at 40. I'll keep it real. Because it's not like time is a social construct. So they've just created birthdays for like, you know, like because of their systems and structures, database, date of birth, to have a bit of organization, capitalism, this, that, and the third. That's the reason why we have like date of births and stuff. Okay. I don't even think it's generally to do with time. I think it's to do with your mindset. I think that's why some people look older that are younger and that. Yeah, we're woke now, man. They've been lying. It's just the people in religion that aren't woke. But to be fair, babe, those people with those EVIL hearts, we don't want them in here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather them be in the self-sealing system, to be honest. I'd only have to deal with them when I go Tesco, you know, maybe. But the worst one is when I have to go hospital, because there's just an infiltration in there. Do you know what I mean? Because their course gets paid for. So they don't have to pay for, like, you know, like the nursing or the medicine or whatever. They have to take out a loan, or but you know, they get grants and stuff. And then they like that overtime. So it's all of those kind of people like within the NHS. But you know who I feel sorry for the most are the aunties that just have beautiful souls. They're absolutely lovely, and they might be cleaning in there, or do you know what I mean? And you just know that they're that type that is just into these cults. Like, they're there every Sunday, and it's the little that they're earning, they're sending some back home, and then they're giving it all to the cult. And you could just tell. And you know, like, and guys, this is why I do what I do, because I love aunties. But the ones that have good hearts, oh my God, they're the sweetest. Like an African queen, you can't top it. You can't top it. You can't top it. She'll love you. She'll cook you good food, wisdom. You can sit there and listen to her talk all day, her wisdom. The first ladies ain't like that. Nobody wants to sit there and listen to them. We're repulsed. All they're looking at is this one going to be able to seduce my husband? Is this one? Because the insecurity, the projection, the demonization of the world is so sad. Listen, if a beautiful woman comes into these spaces, she don't want you guys. What they need to understand is the women that they're labeling that are strange women, we're the ones who are saying no to the men because they're falling at our feet. Hello. That's why the mods and the pastors demonize us, because they've been rejected. They've got trauma from the pretty girl. It's the 304s, the ones that are just dropping everything at the drop of a hat. They're the unfortunate girls. They're the ones who are in there 24/7. Do you understand? Because it doesn't go away. Insecurity doesn't go away. So the baddies, you're stripping them of that for what? to become what a plain Jane and to become a shell of themselves. Their creativity. There's certain gal, you may not be like the prettiest girl in the world, and I think everyone's beautiful in their own way, but conventionally or to yourself or whatever. But say like fashion might be your thing. So when you put your clothes together, because I had a friend like that. She weren't the prettiest girl. I'm just keeping it real, but she was a fashionista. Like a fashionista. Like she would look like she's either a stylist or do you know what I mean? And when you bust that over, she knows how to put her bits together, Jill. Are you all right? So for some of you lot, it's your fashion, it's your creativity, it's your aesthetic, and they go and strip you of that. And then what are you? You're a maid, you're just someone's slave. That's what makes you who you are. And that's what they want to do in there. Hey, Elrose, they live in affluent areas, but their churches are always in impoverished area. Yeah. And I'm not saying everyone in the hood is, because some people, you know, like some people, they live in the hood and they got their businesses, they end up buying their homes. Some of you lot are from those kind of homes as well. Like second gen, they've come there, they've bought their homes, they're in these communities. There are some people like that, but majority is going to be low income. Listen, guys, do you know how I know that they're poor? Because a rich, like the first, like fundamental rule, yeah, of wealth, like when you understand it, like from a universal metaphysical context, yeah, and I don't even want to share this, but I will, is that the currency of the universe, I've said it loads of times, that is energy. The 3D one is money. That's the paper that they print the king or princess or whoever it is on there and get us to see paper as valuable. It's quite funny, actually, when you think about it. But real wealth is your energy anyway. That's why people who figure it out, you know, like resilient people, they fight through, they do their dreams, whatever. It's resilience. It's pouring into themselves. It's knowledge. It's energy and time. It takes energy and time to build a business, to build a house, to build anything. So I know if you're out on a Saturday afternoon, standing on the street, handing out tracts, and you've been there for hours and no one is stopping to talk to you or pay you any attention, but you are there because you're doing that because the pastor has told you to go out because they feel like Christianity or whatever's under attack. That's how I know you're not making no money. Because a man that's making money, he ain't got time to do that. That's why I like dating them ninjas, because it's just like, I'll just give you the money. They ain't got time to be going up and down with me to the nail shop and doing this. And they ain't got time for that, to do that on Saturday. They've got things to do, babe. But and this is what I'm saying, like the guys I date, like they're going to transfer me the money to do what I need to do. Like you're standing on the road curb on Tesco's and you want to try and come and chat to a gal like me and tell me that I should come to Love World. And you're standing there in a tight suit that is not tailored. And even if it's not tailored, do you know what I mean? Like you fellas, if you don't even have the money like that, you can get a suit from Primark or River or wherever and go and take it to the dry cleaners and just get them to take it in a little bit for you. That'll cost you maximum 20 quid to give you more of a tailored fit. But I just don't know nothing in there. So it's like this tight suit, his shirt, I don't know what shirt that was, but you just have to get particular shirts like to drop right with them suits, and it just was not bussing. But you also don't want to do up SPAC, because SPAC is giving cosplay. Do you know what I mean? Like they're in, because you know Toby, he thinks he's like a African Scarface. They're like a Tony Yayo, so they're all like, oh, that's guys, that's another story for another day. Oh my God, how did we get into this? Spiritual abundance is enrichment. Yeah. So the currency of this universe is energy. So when we see them out doing this outreach, they're out all the time trying to get people, they're not making any money. And also that's indicative of the young people are not studying. They're not giving, because if you're under 18, your focus should be education. Like this is the time to study. So we all go through different phases and cycles of life. And it's very important to not just like do the assignments quickly, but I would advise anyone that's in uni to actually take in the information. Because just even that skill and that discipline to be able to research and apply yourself and all of that, if anything, you can take that away from it. You know what I mean? So, all right. And another thing you'll notice with uni is the reason why they kind of have that structure as well with like, you know, the Microsoft Outlook and the emails and you know, the way you have to like even email like your professors or whatever and liaise with other people. It's because when you get in the work environment, you'll be doing just that. So it's not just, you know, because they do say, oh, university's a lot of money. I think if you do the right course and it can help to develop you as a person. So if you do like social sciences, psychology, because uni don't really matter, do you know what I mean? Like, listen, they're going to give you the job if they like you. Do you know how many jobs I've got? And they were like, we gave you the job because we thought you'd be the best fit for the team. And I started to realize that every time I got a job effortlessly, everything just flowed. I was able to give them what they want, or even like consult them on what it was that they needed. Because I'm like a specialist and expert in my field, I was going for those type of roles, yeah. And I noticed that like pretty early on. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I'm disassociating. UCKG always make, they got some mad witchcraft on this. Can you see how I'm just going off? That Mercedes different chair. I got to, when I come off it anyway, I've got to prepare myself to expose UCKG this week, I think, spiritually. Miss Al Rose, it's bad in there, isn't it? Chair. Oh, God, they got C Central in these Uggs. I'm just like, what the helly? What the helliate? What the helly berry? Do you know what I mean? Like, and I like Uggs as well. All right. So poverty creates desperation. People struggling with rent, jobs, visas, health, or family instability are more open to promises of miracles and breakthroughs. So as I said, not all of them, but majority of the guys in these settings will be on low income. All right. So they're really believing in miracles and breakthroughs. But another thing that they create in these cults is like a pyramid scheme where they create all these positions. Because remember, it's their own world. They're in the self-sealing system. So when they come out of it, now things have been exasperated because we're not having it. We're letting them know we don't like what they do in it. But they're usually stuck in their self-sealing system and the past has been lying to them. That's how they generate income. Making them believe that when they're going out there, they're doing their big one. So as they see that less people are coming, do you understand what I'm saying? It's like they're going to start questioning it. Like, wait, hold on, God moving. Like when they start to see that less people are coming, they're getting more resistance outside. Things are going to start to click. But there are going to be ones where the mental health is just going to exasperate because they're going to go more into apocalyptic. They're going to be doing a lot of mind altered states, a lot of prayers. They're going to be doing a lot of camps, a lot of trying to take them, you know, into mind altered states. And because they want to exasperate the indoctrination around like apocalyptic end times, you know, like us versus them, demonize the world because they got to keep them as separate as they can. But because of the internet, then it's going to be impossible because the young people, it's their world. It's their world. Like my 11-year-old and my 8-year-old, like they like Roblox, they don't even want to play PlayStation. They want, well, actually, she's got 3 PlayStations. She's got one at her grandma, she's got one at her dad's, and she's got one. She's like, Mummy, I want to sell the PlayStation so I can get all this river. And I'm like, oh, just do whatever. Do you know what I mean? You know, these kids will go on and on. But my point is, these kids are literally in the virtual world. They don't really like play outside and stuff. Do you see kids playing outside anymore? They're on Roblox. They're on the computer chair. That's just the way it is. So they grow up in that world. Like they go, like even like their school for everything. They keep in touch from online. But that's why that woman, you know, Michelle, devil, demon, they talk like that in there. It's wild, yeah. I've got an expose coming out about RPF tomorrow. You lot, it's going to be wild. You lot, you're just going to see content from me back to back. You know, when I do the content back to back, do you know what it gets like? It's vibes like, you know, when you're in uni and you've got a deadline and you've got to hand in that assignment and you haven't done any of the work. That's going to be me tomorrow. I'm just in the lab. I'm in zombie mode tomorrow. I'm on the grind, yeah. I'm just going to be banging up. I'm really going to push myself and I'm really setting that intention tonight. I'm going to say, God, please, I want to be able to get up, do a bit of cleaning. That's my intention. I want to, you know what I mean? Oh, hey, Ivorian. All right. I'm not going to say your name because I want to protect your identity a bit, but there's a UCKG survivor that's saying there is also fundraising where during the winter times, we had to be out in the cold all day and sing Christmas songs. Oh, to have to gain a donation from people. I'm going to screenshot that. That's really sad. Because you know what? I'm not gonna lie. Ain't it so weird how we can be on the internet? Guys, wait. Let's take a moment, because things are happening really fast. And I know we've had the internet for a long time, but how crazy is it that we could, like, I'm on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at the same time. Oh, guys, I can't find my remote. Guys, do you know what? You know this is ghetto tube. You know how I roll. Like, YouTube, I've just got a movie for a sec chair, because I have to find this remote. Guys, the music really helps me, like, you know, like with my ADHD and my mental health, and I can't find the remote. Guys, just bear with me for a sec, okay? Just like, I've got needs, chair. But I'm not trying to hide my needs. Do you know what I mean? I've always known that I've had needs, though, guys. I'm not gonna lie. All right, you lot, we're just gonna have to do it up without. I've always known I've had needs, you know. I've always known it. And it's like going through this experience, you know, with everything that's just exasperated. It's like I couldn't control anymore. I couldn't mask. Does that resonate with anyone? I couldn't mask. And then it was just like everything was just coming out, guys. I'm not going to lie. It's been a wild year. I'm not going to lie. The beginning of it was a bit crazy. But now that we're getting to the end, I think I'm starting to see like a silver lining. But I love September. September's my favorite month of the year. So I think there's going to be really good content in September, chair. You're too authentic to be controlled. Ooh! Miss Blacklisted, you know, I put up, because you can put up this writing now on TikTok, and I said, I either put the biggest threat or the biggest enemy of religion is a woman that knows thyself. And the survivor was like, oh, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? That would be a lot to unpack. And I'm going to keep it real. I would explain that to a certain point, but I don't know how I feel about really unpacking that, because I just feel like it's taken me like so long to like know thyself. And for me, number one, that is not a linear question. Number two, that is so individualized. Number three, that's going to look different to everybody else. Number four, I think that's hidden in sacred knowledge that I think that people have to go within. And if you understand that, does that make sense? I don't think that's something that I can teach someone. I just don't think it is. But I just want to say that is so sad about the fundraising. That's UCKG, because the survivor is that where you have to take the little pots and you're out like they put the money in the pots. Mad. So true. The UCKG leader in Africa was bugging out during a night vigil. Oh my God, what was he doing up? Oh my gosh, UCKG, I'm so sorry that I haven't given you this space. I do want to apologize, but guys, I had to heal a bit more. That's the truth. I had to heal a bit more to be able to hold the space for you guys, because it's awful in there. And we're going to have to go so deep. There's going to be sides of myself that I didn't want to reveal at this point, that I'm still trying to figure out. But I just love the UCKG so much. I'm just like, F it, man. Minakir. Because if it can help you lot, if it can help you guys, I'm just going to try. I don't even want to get emotional. I'm just going to try and give it everything that I got. I'm going to go into a very deep state of meditation during these couple of weeks. Really, really like deep states of like meditation and seeking God this week. Really going within. And I haven't done that for a while. And I'm feeling like, because, you know, they make everything very ritualistic, like prayer 10, prayer 7. But I feel like God is like water, and you go through different times. Sometimes you just have to rest and be still in God, because you know, like your nervous system is so intricate. So that's why you have to know yourself, because you have to be able to understand and feel from within what you need. And so that I've been going for a period of just like rest. My body's needed a lot of rest, because the 18 years being in there running up and down like a skivvy, just all of the mental torture, just everything that I went through, I've just needed to just be like, just rest, in the hope that I can, you know, get myself to a point where I can focus on the CIC, really building it, really starting to, you know, like, do you think, you know, I got asked to be in a music video, you know, I got asked to be the main girl in a music video. I'm waiting for the guy to get back to me. If it's legit and that, I might do it, because I've always wanted to be in a music video. But I thought I was too bougie back in the day, innit? And I regret it. I was trying to be so exclusive back in the day. But guys, I'm not gonna lie, like all the hood celeb ninjas wanted me, and I didn't want to be caught slipping. Do you know what I mean? Like now I'm in this video and I'm bait. And guys, I was so bait. I was like dealing with the ops, and it was really bad back in the day. So I was trying to stay DL, and we didn't have phones, so everything was like Channel U, or do you know what I mean? We had YouTube as well, like into the late like 2000s. Going, oh, it was hot, and I was laughing at him. They're losing members. Woo! UCKG are losing members. Girl, I know the recruitment's not working as well, so this must be the right time. This must be the right time to expose them, because you know what? When I went out to Woolwich, there was bare UCK. They just came out on the wrong day. They just came out on the wrong day, and it was just crazy. They were speaking to such a vulnerable person, and it just got me so vexed. I was just like, there's some people who are just in that state of desperation. Anyway, I'm gonna start going out on the streets with my pink microphone and telling people to beware of Churchcote where they go. I might even do up Woolwich, because I'm just sick and tired of it. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick and tired. I feel like I need to do something. Anyway, I'm going within this week, so I'll get all the directives that I need. Go with the flow. Yes, Miss Blacklisted, that's it. Go with the flow of life. It's so true. You know, I'm starting to realize that the universe just has a way of just working everything out. And I don't know what's going to come tomorrow, but that's the point. I'm not supposed to know. I just have to stay in the present. Yeah, I just have to stay in the present. I'm not doing up being in the past and being in the future anymore. It's just too stressful. I'm just going to live every day as it comes. That's how I'm going to do it, because life's too short. I've given a lot to that cult. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going to let carpe diem. That's what I'm on. But now I can be on carpe diem because I'm not vulnerable. I know I can go on a date now. I know my limits. I know I'm only I've got like a 2-glass rule on dates. But I had to go through, you know, like being in the club, like having the bottles on the table. You know what I mean? Like going through all of that, learning to love myself, like like going through the whole process. So I don't judge gal them, you know, because I've been through it all, you lot. And I'm not gonna lie, like once I could like I need to bust a little bit more, you lot, before I start bringing myself out like that, chair. But there's a time and a place for everything. Do you get me? Universe is in sync with your vibration. Ooh, I like that. Hey, thanks, babe. Thanks for the roses, Jay. Ooh, I like that. Yeah, girl. UCKGers, I just want to say I'm so sorry for taking so long to create this space. Yeah. Ooh, we had costumes and we play the same songs. What costumes, brother? Did you not have costume? No, hold on. Wait. Back up. Guys, you know what? I'm not going to lie, yeah. With UCKG, I know survivors were telling me to do it in themes, but I don't think we can do it in themes because it's a bit like my cult. It's going to be messy. It's going to be all over the place. I think it's just going to start off with, I'm just going to talk about UCKG because now I've got the notes for it. As I'm talking about other cults, I'm just going to bring UCKG into it. And then you guys can just come in and let me know. There are always weekly meetings about numbers. Ooh. That's like my oh, so that's why you lot are under so much pressure. Do you know what though? I'm not gonna lie, yeah, guys. I was so triggered when I saw those UCKGers. And I just want to say to the UCKGers that I saw on Saturday, it was yesterday, and I'm actually gonna do a video apologizing. Because upon reflection, I think I just kind of I was so triggered at seeing them and with everything that's happened with UCKG. And then, you know, I think now this is me being a bit vulnerable and being self-aware. I think there has been second-hand trauma. Oh, Tony Lee, I love you. I'm twinning with you. I have had second-hand trauma, especially from UCKG, because the ABUSE in there has just been absolutely disgusting. And then especially in Brazil, they just seem to be doing anything they feel like doing in there. So it's yeah, does it make sense? Tony says taken me a longer time to process, but I do want to announce I've got to a point now. UCKG is in my healing journey. Your reactions make sense. Thank you. Thanks, sis. That's my blood sister, Tony Lee, my queen. Number crunching numerology. Ooh. Miss Blacklisted, I think we're going to have to go for a little drink. You get me? Do you know what? I just want to say to the Instagrammer, are you still on here that said there are always weekly meetings and numbers? Let me quickly go because there's a survivor on YouTube. You should go on YouTube if you can. But if you want to stay on Insta because it might be better on here. But there's a UCKGR on here. They're so disgusting though because they target kids and uni students now. They know these young people don't know much. I want uni and schools to stop allowing them access to the youth. Yeah. Don't worry, girl. I'm working on something behind the scenes. Miss Blacklisted reminds me of Glyn, your old PE. Does she? OMG, we're gonna get on great then. Oh my God, I love Glyn. Glyn was my practice educator. Oh my God, you look, Glyn is life. I'm telling you, yeah. Glyn was my practice educator when I was on my social work placement, guys, yeah. To this day, I don't know what Glyn believes in. I don't know if she's atheist. I don't know if she's a Satan worshiper. I know. But I tell you one thing about Glyn. She opened my eyes to a clock that the pastor's wife wasn't showing me no love and was ABUSEing me through her love and kindness. Because I said, how can this woman that I've known for 5 minutes be showing me more love and care than my pastor's wife that's known me for like 15 years? Because at that point it was like 15, 16 years. You saw her Facebook page. Yeah, Glyn is amazing. I love Glyn. But I do think Glyn's spiritual though, because she's just got so much joy and love in her heart. Do you know what I mean? She's definitely got some sort of, there's such a lovely aura and presence about her. And for her to be able to shift that in me, yeah. And that's what it's about, guys. It's about the power you possess. It's not about religion, because I really do believe that God looks at like kindness. Like everybody makes mistakes, guys. Like we're just born. Look at the world we're living in. That's why we can't beat ourselves up. Like that's the point of Christ, if you believe that. And that's just the point of that. That's just, even if we strip it back and let's just not even make it like spiritual, we just say that's the point of forgiveness or kindness to self. Yeah, or spiritual shift. Whatever resonates, guys. Whatever resonates. Take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Do you know what I mean? I'm just really big on the Christ consciousness because I just really feel like, I just feel like Christ has really been there for me. I'm just not letting Christ go. And I respect everyone's beliefs. So someone says to me they don't believe that Jesus existed and they're an atheist, I'll be like, let's go and have a drink. I don't care. Like life's too short, babe. Like you believe in what you believe. Just don't disrespect Christ, innit? Like that's all. But we can have a good time. Let's talk about other stuff. Are you rich? You got to pay these bills. Do you know what I mean? You don't believe Jesus existed. That's fine, babe. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'd rather have someone that doesn't believe that Jesus exists, but that pays my bills and treats me right and takes me traveling and I don't have to work. Why? But is it better for me to marry a Dusty? But he's going to be out. I'm going to be out giving tracks. Tony, we're going to be out giving tracks. Believing in God. Believing in miracles. The car breaks down. Now we are on the side on the M20, standing in the cold and the rain with the 2 children that we cannot afford. You understand? Believing in God. Struggle. Sacrifice. Struggle. Sacrifice. And I got this atheist dude. Do you know what I mean? Like, he just worships the ground I walk on. Like, just looking at it, just gives me everything. Like, just completely besotted with me. Do you see now why it don't make sense? And I make it in these spaces, man. Do you know what, ladies? I just want all jokes aside, yeah. I know that I do come for you, you church cult gal. But if you are in an unhappy marriage, I'm being dead ass. I know I don't show you a lot of empathy, but I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy. Do you know what I mean? Guys, I would rather do a life sentence. I'm not gonna lie. I would rather do a life sentence in jail than be married to a Dusty. I'm gonna keep it real because then in jail I can create like lifelong friendship. There's some really not like the kindest souls end up in these places, man. I'd rather just ride my time and just make authentic relationships with the gal them. Like sisterhood, and I can still write to my kids, and you know what I mean. Like I'm just not on it, man. It just unalives you, and you see these Dusty man that they mess up your mental health as well. There's a lot of projection, yeah. Ladies, love yourself, pour into yourself. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, unhappy marriages are really sad. It's often coupled with abuse too. Unalives your spirit. God, do you know what you turn into? A eunuch. Like all of your intimacy and everything. That's why they cheat. It's not like, it's because of the lack of intimacy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, they've all married for like the wrong reasons. because it's especially because we've been bound by all of these like social constructs. And then when you look at certain communities that have their cultural things, they want them to marry someone like the mum. A eunuch is someone who's cut off down there, isn't it, Tony? Guys, do you know what? If you lot have seen my teeth that I don't have at the back, yeah, then on YouTube it's all good. You know what I mean? I don't care anyway. Teeth's are minor. I can get a ninja to take me Turkey. Are you all right? Oh my God, do you think these ninjas don't want to fly me out to Turkey to get the teeth done? Oh, look, I found it. Hey, Misfit. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, lot, man. That's real. Oh my God, Tony Lee is Dermot O'Leary in America. It's Dermot O'Leary in America. You know Dermot O'Leary? Oh, Dermot O'Leary's lovely. You know, when I was on the X Factor, he was a presenter and he proposed to his fiance. He showed us the ring. Dermot was lovely. We had such a good relationship with him. He cried when we left. He loved us. Oh, you're such a queen, Miss Alrose. I love you so much. All right. He's from Ladbroke Grove. Who's from Ladbroke Grove? Dermot O'Leary. Is it? Oh my God. My brother put in the group chat. There's some guy who was doing up, you know, that EDL protest. And apparently he went up to him and he was like, I know you, mate. We go to the, I bought you pints in the pub. Some black guy. Tony, did you see it? And he was like, you're from Grove. You're from Ladbroke Grove. He was baiting him up. And then everyone was like, oh, I'm going to see your face in Grove. No, because there is tension. I'm not going to go too much. He's baiting Grove. Is it? Who is he? I don't recognize him. He looks like a nitty. Yeah, but the guy who was doing the protest looked like a nitty, man. Bait from where? What is he bait for doing? Oh, the guy who came and said, I'm your brethren, did it? He's bait. Who goes bait? Ah! Who goes bait? What, the whitey guy? No way. No way. Oh my God, you look, this guy is getting fed by black people and minority groups. He's getting fed. He's getting fed. And then he's doing up EDL protests. No, do you know what? I hope that they reject him at the door next time, because he's gonna have to go and find that. He's gonna have to go and get that delicious food somewhere else. He's gonna have to try. Tony, he's have to try and get that chicken curry. He's gonna have to try and get that homemade chicken curry that he knows when he gets home he's licking his fingers. The whole community he's done out, and we're such a tight, close knit. That Tony Lee, we know he ain't gonna get that homemade chicken curry Anwar. It's sad. He's gonna regret that, because them man them with no teeth. That's why they've got no teeth. Do you understand what I mean? Eating mash and ills and all that. You get me? I'm not coming for people that eat mash and ills though. Come on, because you know I love my gypsy people them in the cut. It's just, you know, when you lot do that stuff out there, you know, I have to take it there. You lot are going to see my Latimer Road side, my LA side. Do you get me? Like Elan, you lot are eating your Elan mish, your mash and ills. Do you know what I mean? Don't try me and your liver. Yeah, that's why you ain't got no teeth. I'm just getting upset. That's why I don't get involved in all this stuff, because you lot know I just take it to Hades. Yeah. And I don't want to take it there. I don't want to take it there. But he ain't from Grove. People need to stop. People need to stop saying that rhetoric. Do you know what I mean? All right. Ooh, there's a UCKG survivor on here. Thank you, Cherry Saucy Pie. Oh, you lot, do you know what? I really fancy going Asda, seeing if they got a cherry pie there. Guys, this is what I'm saying. This is when I miss having a man. Honestly. Because they're all trying to paint the picture like I'm a man hater. And then they're calling me auntie, and then they're saying, oh, a mess to sort you out. Baby, listen, my love. I like having the men because you know, men, they like driving. They like doing errands. They like to prove themselves. Like right now, I would have just sent my ninja out to get me the cherry pie. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there wouldn't have been anything to order too late. He would have had to go out, yeah. Do you not remember when they used to do the offerings and they used to be like, oh, what did they used to say, Tony? What did they used to say when they used to come to you in the pew? Oh, Tony, man, express delivery. What did they used to say? What did they used to say? Room service, not room service. What did they used to say, yeah? Night Rider. Woo! Turning man into a night rider chair. I want to open a business selling cherry pies. That's your confirmation. That's your confirmation. Cherry saucy pie, do it. Do it. That's so unique. And you know what? No, you see, if a cherry pie is done right, you can't resist it. If a cherry pie is done right, you can't put a little something in it. Do little like flavors, like, you know what I'm saying? Like spice it up. Child, my nails are looking crazy because I had my curry, guys. I can't lie. And I was using my fingers. Minakir. That Weatherspoon's curry tastes even better the day after, chair. A woman came over to me, Weatherspoon. She's like, oh, I won't buy it, love. It's just frozen. My sister was telling me this. It's just frozen. They just take it out of the freezer. I said, I know, love, but where can you get a curry for a tenner with a little glass, eh? I can go in there every day and get my curry, chair. All right, you lot, let's get back on track. Haynes in the cut. But guys, I've got to switch it up because UCKG, it really, really like traumatizes me. Your Weatherspoons. Oh, I love a Weatherspoons curry. Guys, even when I'm a millionaire, I'm going to be going Weatherspoons. You're going to see me doing up curry club, talking to all the punters. I love it. I love my whitey punters. I love them. I love them working class whitey guys, man. Seriously. They give me so much attention. I love them. We just go together, man. Them whitey guys there. Tony Lee, when I call you, you better pick up because girl, when I tell you about this, you're gonna be busting up. Tony Lee said their plates smell like eggs. I'm the ghetto one. She's the bougie one. She's like the Chelsea. I'm like the. I don't know where am I? I think I'm in Husden at this point. Okay. Marrying a dusty doesn't only damage the wife, but it traumatizes the children too. Do you know what it does? It really does, because it's like the men in there. I'm coming to you, babe. Okay. It's like the men in there. They're delusional because they're believing in the invisible blessings. Because they create all the positions and titles and everything in there, that's the only way the men get the status and the ego and whatever. And then they're fighting for all these positions like sardines in a can. It's mad. And then they're delusional because they're like selling their kids a dream. And then when the kids get to a certain age and they just realize, oh my gosh, like my dad really weren't bringing in nothing because he's just been in this. He's been more focused on the church. And what has he got to show for it? Nothing. And that's the hard truth. But do you know what? When we go into our shadows and we can tell ourselves that these things, that's when we break the cycle. That's when the cycle gets broken, because then we won't be delusional with ourselves. And in turn, we won't be delusional with everyone around us. Because I'm not going to say kids, because some women ain't going to have kids. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, I think if you're a woman and you don't have kids, you don't want to have kids, don't feel bad about it, because I love my kids with all my heart. Do you know what I mean? But if I could have done it all over again with the society that we live in, I'm not saying I don't want my kids, because my kids were very much planned, they're very much loved, and I adore those children. If it weren't for them children, I wouldn't be sitting here today chatting to you, you know, them ones. But what I'm saying is, because this world is so EVIL and there's so much struggles, and and no offense, if you are pregnant, please take what resonates and leave what doesn't. This is just how I feel. Because you got to understand, there's some women in their 40s and 50s that they haven't been able to have kids because of these settings. So we do have to think about other people, and we do have to tell the truth, because it is bloody hard. If a woman decides that she just wants to travel the world, do you know what I mean? And just instead of having kids, come on, guys, we can't hate. We've got to be like, good on you. Like, she wants to live her life and do. I might be on the phone to the Samaritans when you call. I might be on the phone to the Samaritans when you call. How about that? Because I've got EUPD. I'm so up and down, chair. On that. Girls are ready. I'm just in the 90s in my head. I don't care. All right. So there's a UCKG survivor here on Instagram. I never question this thought that I always have. But whenever there is a VYG event that is hosted in stadiums, why we had to pay for the cost for the stadium and not use the fundraising money. Are you still here? You're deconstructing. Because are you still here, Prod? Because you're starting to connect the dots. But babe, do you know what? You shouldn't even be saying it. Why couldn't they use the money for the fundraiser? Why can't Macedo take a little bit of change from his billionaire bank account? Does Macedo need to keep taking people's money? Guys, that's how you know they're feeding something else. It's so much deeper. They're feeding a beast. These man them are Machiavellians and narcissists. because they've got people in believing in dragons and demons and witches with flying broomsticks and gargoyles and bambury bushes. They say the wildest things in there. So people they're not really seeing things for what it is. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like trauma causes people to react in a certain way, just like that guy that unalived Charlie Kirk. That guy's not all right. We can all see that, but that guy probably needed mental health, but it's like his mum and dad probably think that mental health is a demon because they're in some crazy evangelical setting. A guy like that needed to be, you know what I mean, like sectioned, like mental health support. Yeah. Oh no, we can't have anyone with mental health in our MAGA cohort. MK Ultra trained, yeah. It's sad. But could you imagine coming from one of them like little states, like in Utah or something, and everyone looks the same, walks the same, that's like a cult state. That's why he had such a big turnout. What would possess someone to go and do that? What would possess someone to go and do that? Like on a level. Like what would possess someone to do that? That's crazy. Like you gotta be really mentally unstable to go and do something like that, chair. And that's why they're, anyway, let me not get into it because I don't want to get into, I don't want to make trauma about race because I just feel like trauma doesn't know race. I just feel like depending on the community, we go about things a different way. Do you know what I mean? But the wife's weird, isn't it? There's something about that wife. You know, Charlie Kirk's wife. There's something about that girl, you know. I need to do a video calling all the spiritual girlies. We all need to be on the same wavelength and do something against this one, yeah. Because we can't have her coming out here thinking she can have some chat, yeah. Yeah, she's weird, man. But someone put in the comments, because you know the comments are just, I love the comments, yeah. You know, someone in the comments was like, the fact that she married Charlie Kirk tells us everything we need to know about her. And I said, yeah. Because you know all of these kind of people in these elite places. Do you not remember? Oh, that's a good one I need to watch. Do you not remember that? It's like an American soap, The Revenge. Because you know I watched Revenge a couple of years ago because my sister recommended it. We watched it together again because I'd never watched it anyway. I digress. ADHD. Yeah, but you know that Revenge one. That's like how that's how I imagine them rich people's life is. You know, behind closed doors. Like they're just doing up some mad stuff. I wouldn't put nothing past that woman. If I was with that woman, I would sleep with one eye open. And I think he knows that. Anyway, let's just watch out for this one, chair. All right, let me get back to the point. UCKG survivors, please put in the comments if you have anything that you want to add. Girl, it's a habit now. Macedo fears unalivement. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to lose all his wealth and power. That's what I'm saying. That's why I get happy when they go, because it doesn't affect the cult members because they're going to worship him whether unalived or alive. I'm a mega church cult survivor of 18 years. I expose church cults. So, but what it's about is it's what they have to face on the other side. All right. So cult churches position them. Oh no, I've gone way down. All right. So I've just discussed basically when women marry dusties and because you know, they struggle with rent, job visas, they're on low incomes, and instead of like getting extra work and going out there, and because a lot of the guy, they've got low libido, they've got a lot of trauma, they can't even really concentrate to work too tough. Do you know what I mean? They've got a lot like these type of men, they have a lot of trauma, so it's not even really their fault. It will come across as laziness, but there's a plethora of issues there, chair, and it's just all been covered with hyper religiosity. So then they're kind of like just waiting on a miracle, like for something to drop onto their lap. And you know, the kids suffer because they don't get, like, it's a really poor quality level of life. Do you know what I mean? So they're not really eating out, going on holiday. The child doesn't really get a lot of cultural experiences. It's very sad. When life feels unstable, the offer of guaranteed blessings, healing, or prosperity in exchange for faith and sacrifice feels like hope. So they don't want to deal with the fact that they're in a council flat with 5 kids and in a 2-bedroom. and they struggle to keep things tidy, and now they've got like children of the opposite gender that are growing up in this house and seeing each other's genitals, and do you know what I mean? It's but they're going to church every Sunday and putting their kids in their Sunday best and going and giving their tithe and their offering as a good child of God. Do we see the disconnect? They've got a child that's 13 years old that's actually active, but they know nothing about it because they're so strict in there. And there's such a disconnect. They don't even know that their child's actually active because they're standing outside Woolwich, outside Tesco, instead of them doing outreach and standing outside Woolwich. And that's why the kids who are like born into it, like eventually, once they start getting a little taste of freedom, they go to uni, whatever, they're either going to end up, there's no in between, because they don't understand balance, because everything's hyper religious, chaotic, one extreme or the other. So when they go uni, they're either devout, like jumped into hyper religion, or they're just like out on, you know, just out of it, going clubbing every day, because they don't understand what a balance looks like. They've never had that example. They don't understand. And that's the thing. That's what I advise you. If you're a bit scared about coming out, just leave. Because what the plan is hard. I'm not going to lie, guys. And you've got to go through the trenches, but it's worth it for who you become, like your true self. What I would say, though, is you're trying to get a balance. So I know a lot of people that have been in there. You might not want to hear this, but there are some good things that you can take from it, like when you start to heal and think rationally, because some of us might have been in like really, you know, like how I was on the roads, I was just this wild cannon, then I'm just in this cult. So I've got a certain like kind of like a discipline, and you know, like there's certain values that I learned from the church I'm not going to let go. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm fearfully and wonderfully made, like stuff around women, and guys, I think what I will do, not yet though, because I don't want them to know like the true revelations of Christ. Like as the time goes on, I'll reveal more. But I am going to do like a whole thing on Proverbs 31, and I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do something really special for the ladies, because it's stuff like that, like Proverbs 31, and some beautiful revelations of God and Christ through the works of Paul. Because I've kind of worked through, I've healed now from my hatred that I had towards Paul, because they used that to ABUSE me. I wouldn't have even said it's hatred, because I don't think it's that deep with Paul, yeah. But just, you know, like maybe I don't know, disdain, I don't know, like sideways. But now I've realized that they've just corrupted Paul. So I don't want to demonize Paul until I've done my, because I can't deny Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. Do you know what I mean? I used to know that whole chapter, chair. I used to know that whole chapter. Like when I tell you, because guys, people are literally hanging on by the word, because they're teeth in your money. You're not seeing no results. It's like you feel like you're going crazy if they don't divulge into the word like that. They'll go nuts. You'll just go absolutely crazy. You're so dependent on hyper religiosity, because it's like it becomes like your DRUG. At what point did your mother realize that she should have swallowed you? Have I got any mods on here? Haynes, are you about? Blacklisted, I'm gonna make you a mod, yeah. Can you be a mod, please? Some idiot. Rhythm inside. You make me feel good and feel nice and feel love. Give me paradise. Oh. I don't even want to take anyone off. Everyone's like, I want everyone on, but I got to take someone on. Okay, all right. Do you know what? Let me take off DHS for a little bit, because I know that. Thanks, Haynes. Thank you, my queen. Miss Blacklisted, I've made you a mod if you don't mind, queen. When you see it, if you could just give them a warm welcome for me, like what Bev just did, because we haven't got time for that, babe. We're too beautiful and too intelligent, and we're just queens. We ain't got time. Why are you asking me questions like that, little boy? Do you know what I mean? God, these guys are so young. Do you know what I mean? They just want to get in my energy. You lot are obsessed. You church cult man, them. Oh my God, it's embarrassing. You lot are more thirsty than the single married men. Bloody hell. If I'd known that the man them was this thirsty, I would have been going to the church cult and finessing all of them. Are you all right? If you can afford to give your pastor 10%, gal them. You gal them need to stop getting used in these settings. Take their money, man. If they're giving the pastor 10% every month, they've got some money. They don't spend money on nothing, not their clothes. They spend money on nothing. Get them to spend you money. Make them feel sorry for you. You lot should tell them, my mum's got no money. You know when you just start to rinse them, my mum's got no gas, because they'll give you anything. You got to look for the ones who are just there 24 hours a day and they look a mess because they've got savings. I'm not sure, but not the ones that if they're hygiene, but some of them, they still have money though, but I just can't do them. I can't do the stench. Oh, okay. What you do is if someone thinks something, yeah, you can mod, so you can click on, so Miss Blacklisted, if you click on someone's name, yeah, just now to practice. So just click on like someone's name that's commented, yeah, like my sister. So when you click on the name, do you see there's options now? When you click on the name, it will give you an option to block. You have to click the little free button. So you see like how your one comes up, Miss Blacklisted, then there's 3 dots on the right hand side, my love. When you click on the 3 dots, then it will give you options, and then you just press block and mute. Oh, you got it. Oh, fantastic. Brilliant. Thank you, Queen. Because I trust you. I've had a lot of people infiltrating our space, babe. But I'm gonna let it go because that survivor has come back and apologized, and we're working through it. But still, I never got my I never got my life lesson. Guys, let's take a moment to hold the space for a survivor on YouTube, okay? Because this is a very, very deep disclosure. And I just want to say before I read it, because I've just read the first bit and my heart is broken already. So I'm going to try and not cry and read it. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, babe. All right, I'm going to read it now, guys. I never got any life lessons from my parents. They never cared. I had to figure life out all on my own. I grew up like an orphan. Yet both my parents are alive and I'm resentful. This is a voice of a second-gen UCKG survivor. This is how deep it is. And when people want to come on, and this is why I do what I do, and no one can take me away from what I do with the collective. Unless it's God saying to me, rare. No one can take me away. Because this is so deep. I'm so sorry, babe. And I will do you justice with this UCKG content, do you hear me? I'm really going to expose these MFers. I'm so angry. I just don't think I was in the space to mentally cope with a lot of the like disclosures and the stuff that's coming out with UCKG, but I'm really glad that I was able to make it on the other side, man, so I could hold the space for you lot, because this is tough. But you know what? I just want to rein us in a bit, because that is really, really, and release it, my love. If you feel like you need to cry, because if I'm crying, you definitely need to release. And I'm not trying to tell you what to do, but you have to let that go in terms of with the release of the crying. You know why? Yeah, because you'll feel better afterwards. Also, what I want to say to you is, we can look at this. I'm going to get some tissue, guys, as a glass half full and a glass half empty. You haven't had that care, you haven't had that guidance, but we've stripped this back so that you're not internalizing this, because we know it's not about you. Your parents are severely indoctrinated by a malignant narcissist, and then this is why we're unpacking all of the childhood trauma, the things that they've been through, you know, the IT supremacy, the toxic traditional stuff. So it's not a you problem, It's a them problem. But then we're also looking at the indoctrination as well, because they're still victims of that, okay? So it's not like they don't love you, because that's not what it is. It's that their mind has been colonized and taken captive by a malignant narcissist, my love. And unfortunately, we're infiltrated. What this has done, because I don't even know you, but I can feel your energy, has made you a kind, sweet, pure soul. And the things that we go through, we don't always understand. But, and I'm not trying to, like, I hope it's not seeming like I'm minimizing or whatever your experience, but I'm just saying that you are the beautiful soul and the beautiful woman that you are, babe, because you've done that. You've done that for yourself. You've held your own. Do you understand what I'm saying? And if you do decide to have children, I don't think that you would put them through what you've been through. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? And to be able to someone else that could really help someone else as well, babe. Do you know what I mean? That may be hearing this, because you've also opened up, and I just want to say thank you for feeling like this is a safe space, because this might be the only time that you can even have an outlet. Let me go and get the tissue, guys, because then I'm going to stop. I don't know why I didn't get the tissue, because I always cry when I do CKG. No, you lot, I'm going to have to get some comfort treats, you know. You lot, I'm going to, do you know what, yeah? I'm going to go, where am I going to go tomorrow? Where should I get my treats? You lot, should I go Asda? I wish I could do a poll on here. I need to figure out, should I go Asda? You lot, where should I go? Guys, I can't go M&S. I'll keep it real with you. But it's out of Lidl. Do you know what? Let me put Tesco in it as well. You lot, what do you think the best supermarket for treats is? Tesco, Asda, Lidl. But you know Lidl's going to win with the bakery. But guys, I'm not just thinking about the bakery. I'm thinking about other stuff as well. Do you know, like stuff I can have for more than a day? Look at Emma that come in. Emma, tell me what supermarket, yeah. All right, Uckg said Tesco. All right, what are you telling me on YouTube? Insta, what are you telling me? Oh, Extra Cole, come on, man. Extra Cole, you come into my yard to come and pick me up and take me out to be going Waitrose. Ross Clark, are you taking me Waitrose? Extra Cole. Yeah. No, but do you know what? Waitrose do have a good essential range, innit? That's what my brethren was telling me. My brethren was telling me that if you know what to get in Waitrose, it's actually not that expensive, you know. Tesco's my shop. I'm not gonna lie, but I heard that Waitrose got some good deals. All right, maybe I should go Waitrose, because I can go into like a nice little country drive as well. Because you know the Waitrose is in the bougie part, chair. I'm gonna go and wear the smallest little dress I can wear, chair. I don't care if it's raining, chair. I'm just popping out. I live around the corner. This is my house, chair. I'm gonna go to Waitrose, see if I can see what I can see out there, chair. Are you all right? Maybe let me go and do that Waitrose, because I'm feeling confident. All right, I'm gonna go to Insta, guys. Sorry, I completely disassociated, my love. But let me know if what I've said has resonated with you. I hope I'm not triggering you. Okay? And I just want to let you know that you're a beautiful queen. All right? Don't forget that. That's what Bev said, Leah, if you're careful. Yeah, Waitrose is good. All right, yeah, I'm going to go Waitrose. Ciao. Because even their economy range, you know, them ones, it's going to be luxurious. Are you all right? It's the late night reduction on the fruits and veg for me. Woo! Oh my God, you lot are putting me on. There's a late night reduction. What time should I be doing up? I came for Uckg, you know, and you lot are putting me on. What time should I be doing that up then for Waitrose, chair? Are you all right? Oh my God, so they reduced their bits from 7. All right, I'm gonna go and do that then. There might be some guys, you know, coming late from their, like, you know, their high-end jobs, just picking up a little microwave meal from Waitrose. Yeah. You lot, let me concentrate, because now I'm thinking about my 7 p.m. Waitrose look. Yeah. No, I'm gonna get there around 6ish. All right, guys. No, come on, let me stay focused. Bargain hunter, yeah, man. Yeah, Miss Blacklisted. I'm going there, chair. Massive reductions on quality organic. Oh, thank you so much, guys. You lot have put me on. Thank you. Because I've wanted to eat a little bit healthier as well. I've wanted to be doing up more, like, you know, like even like vegetable curries and stuff. Because I really like curries. I think, do you know what? I think I might start making more Thai food, you know. because I do like the way that like the way that they do their like vegetables, like the Asians. I really, and their curries. I think I'm just gonna go through a bit of a like a Thai vibe for a bit. Really good reductions. All right. Thanks, y'all. I'm gonna go tomorrow. Do you know what? I'm gonna vlog it as well. And be like, the survivors told me to go to Waitrose. I'm gonna go and vlog it tomorrow and I'll show you lot what I get. Oh my god. Tomorrow I'm gonna go Waitrose. At some point I'm gonna go and get, I'm gonna do it for lunch, guys, because I've got a lot to do tomorrow. I'm gonna go Waitrose, I'm gonna go lunch and get it on a budget. I'm gonna give myself like a budget for my lunch, and I'm gonna come and make something, and I'll come on the live and I'll cook with you guys, and then I'll show you what I make at the end. If you want to do it as well, you can, because some people struggle to cook because of their mental health. So if you're struggling to cook and you know you haven't had a good meal for a while, you've just been getting like rubbish takeaways, come on guys, let's do it together. They get jealous when I stack up my trolleys sometimes. Because you've planned it, innit, babe? You've come for the 7 p.m. innit? You're going oh wait, no, oh god, I nearly done my, you lot, you know I live with this chronic pain, yeah. Oh God, yes, they're right. Call me auntie, because I just pulled a muscle right there. I just pulled a muscle. Because you go straight to that bit, babe, innit? And you're just filling up the trolley, innit, babe? You got to do what you got to do, though, babe. I love it. You got to do what you got to do, chair. Because where are you going to get your organic fruit and veg for that price? Where are you going to get your Waitrose organic? Yeah, and that's and it's probably the finest range that you're doing up in there as well. Yeah, man, you're a G, and then what you do, you just freeze it. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, man. You lot, we've definitely found our tribe, because that's the kind of stuff I do, chair. But I thought it was only Asda that was doing that up, but it does M&S do that as well. Chair. You lot, I got an M&S down the road. All right, then. All right, so we're sorted for tomorrow. All right, let me say a few more points. Oh, Chad, it is 12:13, but we're just living life, isn't it? Come on, guys, we're just out in these online streets. Oh my God, life in there is so boring. Guys, do you remember what it was like? Do you know, like when I look back, yeah, I think to myself, like me and the survivor, yeah, because we did like a sleepover. So, but we had such a great night, yeah. We ended up, guys, I'm not going to get into all of it because I do want to share some of these points here. But long story short, we had a sleepover, yeah. And we woke up in the morning, yeah, and we were just like laying in the bed. It was just so nice. We were playing music. We just had it was just lit. And then we had our yum-yums from Greg's the night before, yeah. And then she goes to me, and then I turned around and I goes to her. I said, hey, look at the time, yeah, because I don't even know what time it was at this point. I think it was like 9 or something. I was like, girl, we would have already been in, guys, by 9 a.m., yeah, I would have already cleaned my pastor's office, like gone and got him his coffee and his pastries from Tesco's, come back. Straight to praise and worship, straight to, you know. And I said, wow, we're just here. Hey, butterfly. Oh, I've been for a hot minute, man. I've been on here for about over an hour, about an hour and a half. Hey, Salman. All right, then. So do you not get that when these guys are like struggling, like the dusty guys and stuff, like that's why they're easier to indoctrinate? Thank you, my love, because it's like, you know, that their life is unstable and then they're offered like guaranteed blessings. Oh, look, Miss Elrose is busting up. They're offered like all these blessings and then they've hyper focus on the church because they haven't made it in the outside world, like to provide for their family, to be a man. So that's why we get them with this really toxic masculinity, and they could just blow up with a woman. And there's it because, you know, a guy in survival mode is, it's just jarring, straining. You know, that's why you got to leave them pick-me's, man, because the pick-me's are the ones, you know, and a lot of the time retired 304s as well, unfortunately. It's so sad. When a girl's a retired 304 and she goes in them settings, she'll get, I feel sorry for them, gal, man. Yeah, we did. We got sold a dream. We got sold a dream. I wasted almost a decade. I wasted almost a decade staying with that man because I thought I was going to HEOL. And I thought that God, if I got with anyone else, that God, do you know what? I just need to live my life. I don't care. Do you know what? I don't give a damn. Guys, I've just woken up one day and I don't care. I was thinking about so much stuff before. I don't care, no. I don't give a damn. I actually don't care. I couldn't care less. I was celibate for 7 years in there. Then I was married. I was in this celibate marriage, just not getting my back blown out consistently. Do you know what I mean? And then I've had this time I was outside a little bit. Then I've been celibate for like 2 years, counting. Are you all right? But you can't be letting anyone just come inside your portal and all that, man. You can't, because guys, we're goddesses. You can't just be letting, and I'm not here to judge, because at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, remember, I don't know people's stories. Some people were in these like really bad marriages and they just want to go out and get their back blown, and I get it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not here to judge. I would say do it. I'd say do what you got to do, chair. Do you know what I'm saying? Like whatever you need to do for yourself, that's what I would say. As long as you're loving yourself in the process, but you're not really thinking about loving yourself when you just want to get your back blown up because you haven't, because it was like before you was in this really unalive marriage and you just thought you couldn't do it. And then it's like you can meet someone and then you feel alive again. Do you know what I mean? You feel like a woman, you feel sensuality, you feel that it's mad. So that's why I think they demonize like schmegs, and they're like your husband, your wife becomes like your like your best friend. No, when they're becoming like your best friend, it's time to go. If you haven't blown out your wife's back in 3 months, that's not a marriage. That's a friendship. That's a roomie. That's a housemate. Even housemates sleep with each other sometimes. You know, like friends. Even housemates are getting more action than these single married celibate couples. Chair. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, when you got a little flatmate or whatever, and you have a little drink, you lot have a little wild night, and you're like, oh, do you know what stays? What stays in the yard? We're not going to tell anyone. Do you know what I mean? Like you've got a little attraction and you're thinking, oh, why not? Oh, come on. Do you know what I mean? Let's having a laugh, man. And then you want to come and judge other people that are not married, but they're getting their backs blown out. They're all sin. So what I'm saying to you is, so the person who's not married that's getting their back blown out is in sin, but you who's married, you're not blowing out your wife's back. You're not blowing out your wife's back to the point now where you're starting to think about blowing out other, like to the point where when you see me on the live, you're imagining things. Because the marriage is so unalive, and you can lie to you, because they're all like, yeah, she's an auntie, man. I can imagine all of the, you know, like the church cult nerds, like the YNs, like the young ones in there, like they're all like, yeah, man, she's an auntie, she's whatever, babe. Oh, whatever, babe. I got the YNs begging. Are you all right? The young ninjas, they just love me. They can't get enough. So I've decided I'm giving the young rich YNs a chance now, because before I just used to look at them as babies, but I'm not now. I'm giving them a little chance, because you know what? That's when they're in their prime. You know, when they're doing all well. It's when they meet that woman, they start have all the kids, and you know what I mean. And then it just starts getting complicated. And then they've got and then I was thinking, like, I need to sit down and really check this, because the ones who like have kids and all that, they've got all of these responsibilities. They need to be like millionaire status to really, you know, like treat you. But these ones who are out here don't have no responsibilities, share. Do you know what I mean? Like they're really gonna be like, oh, this is my chance. So gal them, just live your life. That's what I'm doing. Just have a good time. Do you know what I mean? But heal. I would say I would say the best thing to do when you come out is to give yourself time to heal, and don't give yourself a day, because I was like, oh, I'm going to take a year and I'm going to heal. Oh my God, after spending 18 years in a cult and all of the trauma I've got. All right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Miss Alvarez said they demonize femininity. Girl, they turn us into men. They make us masculine in there. They make you masculine. Look at the girls' fingers. Go to RPF and look at them girls' hands. The reason why my hands look so old and crusty is because of all of the hard labor, because you're running up and down, you're picking up things, you're getting boxes of chicken. It's hard labor, because it's free labor for profit. So they don't hire anyone in to cook. So we were peeling like hundreds of onions, because now we're doing up whatever event. We've got hundreds of people coming. The pastor wants to pocket as much profit for the church coffers. Didn't you know? They're getting exposed, chair. Next year, they're getting exposed, mate. Because the more I heal, the more I'm going to be able to do. Imagine when I've healed enough to do debates. It's just I'm just taking my time, because you know what? The race is not for the swift. That's what I'm saying. I'm not. Do you think listen? There's some life lessons that I let some wisdom in that book. Are you all right? They've just manipulated it, baby. When you come out and if you come out and you deconstruct Christianity and that book properly, and you've got real faith in God, you'll come out with power, like spiritual power. But you got to stay focused, man. You got to stay focused, because there's a lot of information. So what people do is they try. It's not about doing that. Don't get into all religion and all of that first. It's just about like going within, and you got to try and heal yourself. You got to try and find like an outlet. Like I can heal myself through music. I know that about myself now, innit? But you have to find what your thing is. It might be sports, it might be painting, it might be cooking. Some people find cooking, healing. I don't know, whatever your thing is. That's like the first thing, because you need something to fill your time, remember? Because you're in there 24 hours. Then you're in there 24 hours a day. Then you come out, and then it's like you ain't got nothing going on. That's why a lot of gal them end up just whoring themselves out. You get me? That's what they just do. They just end up whoring themselves out, because it's like they've been in that cult for so long, and then they want to make friends real bad. So they'll just fall into the arms of any. Listen, majority of these. Listen, you see these man them that are in these church cult spaces. Yeah, majority of their wives are retired 304s. I nearly just brought myself out just then. And then when they get in the marriages, they realize that they've both been sold a dream. And them gal them have had their back blown out for life. Even, you see these some of these gal them that are in these church cults, these 304s, they've had their back blown out so much in their lifetime that even when they're with these brothers and he ain't doing that, and it's like they see it as they've already enjoyed themselves, they've already lived their life, now is their time to sacrifice. And that's when they throw themselves into hyper religiosity, and they see it as their duty, like their sacrifice. It's mad, because they become the most hyper religious, especially when they have trauma, like if there's a bereavement, or it's deep. Oh, I love Solange. She loves Solange. She's so talented. I feel like she's more talented than Beyonce, Like, she's just, I love her artistry. Away. Guys, I'm going to start doing my singing in 2026 as well, because I feel like I finally found myself. Like, I'm ready to I can't wait. All right, then. So we're going to look into exploitation of immigration and isolation. You look so beautiful, babe. Oh, thank you, my love. I appreciate you, Rissa. Thank you. You're such a queen. Many African and Caribbean, and if you haven't noticed, I'm ignoring you. Because as you can see, there's no filter. I'm absolutely stunning. So I don't need to answer you. You're in your house. Look at how you look right now, my love. All right, I'm going to be 39 in January. That's why your comments. Water off a duck's back, baby. When you look this good at 39, it's water off a duck's back, because I can date the granddad, the dad, and the son, all at the same damn time, because all of them generations, they all want me because of my age. I'm in the prime of my life. Shut your mouth, babe. Think I care about you, babe? I look better than you. I'm supposed to be you lot's auntie. Are you all right? We're not doing that. Got Edia. You lot are all jealous. I'm used to it. You're just jealous. You're so jealous. You're so jealous. It's a shame. Like, I'd hate to be you. Like, being that jealous. Imagine being that jealous of your other people. Like, that's a dub, man. I feel like going to the cult and being the woman they HATE just to PISS them off. They HATE feminine and authentic women in there. They do. That's what I mean by, like what I was saying earlier, like the greatest threat is like a woman that knows thyself. That's their greatest threat, because they don't want a woman to be confident. Do you know what I'm saying? And know herself. They don't want that. Solange's music is soulful and majestic. Music for goddesses. Beyonce's music makes me dance. Music for queens. Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, feel good. Yeah. You're so right. You can just sit down with like a nice glass of wine, a cheese board in it, and just listen to Solange. Oh, I hope I hope when I go Waitrose, they've got some deals, man. Anyway, I'm on a mission tomorrow, child. You all right? All right. So many African and Caribbean migrants face culture shock, ageism, loneliness, or visa insecurity. There's a lot of that. Oh my God, guys, there's been some girls that have been so horrid in my cult that the guys haven't even been able to stick it out for the broad. They've ended up going back to Ghana because it's been that bad. They're like, oh, they're just going to go back home. Can you imagine? Do you imagine how repulsive you have to be for a guy to not stick it out for a visa? Come on, we all know they want these visas, chair. But they do a lot of arranged marriages. They get a lot of like British women to marry like the Ghanaian, like the promising Ghanaians that can come over here and like do the church cult branches. So everything's about the cult because they like indoctrinate women that their prime is like their 20s. So like everyone gets married so young. They look like they're in fancy dress. Some of the girls that have got married so young look like they're in dress up. It's so crazy. Oh girl, it was just someone on Instagram talking smack. All right. Cult churches position themselves as family, offering belonging and identity, but they use that trust to demand money, time, and obedience. You'll always notice those three common denominators: money, time, and obedience, because ultimately they want full control. They want control of your life. They want control of your mind. They want to colonize your mind. They want to arrest you in the mind. You get it? So it's like when you come out of these cults, you have to literally reintegrate back into society. Like that's how deep it is. And then we've got the element of, so do you get what I'm doing, guys? I'm exposing UCKG for why they target deprived, specifically BLK African communities, yeah. And I'm focusing on Woolwich because they were out there. It was like flies on human fecal matter in Woolwich. They were swarming everywhere. Guys, from the station to the strip to the Tesco's, all the way up to like by the Primark, they were just everywhere. It's like, why are you here, B? Why don't they go and feed the homeless? Why don't they go and help the poor? Do you know why? Because they can't do nothing for them unless they've got something that they can monetize off, like they can alchemize, like a voice, a singing voice or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They're good with numbers, whatever it is. But if that's just like a homeless man or a poor man, they've got nothing to offer. They're gonna come in smelling, they can't dress a certain way. Everything is so superficial in these spaces. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's all about external appearances, like how things look. They don't really care about anyone. They're selfish. And they're liars. It's like your mama. All right. All right. So we've got, all right, community hubs in deprived areas. Church cults in places like Woolwich don't just preach. They can offer sometimes. Do you know what? This is ChatGPT. They ain't offering no food and parcels. But there might be some church cults within these deprived neighborhoods because they know there's a need. They will then offer like food, especially with the events. Yeah, they said social events or advice. No, it's right. They can offer food, parcels, social events or advice. And they do like these breakfast meetings. Like UCKG don't give their members nothing, chair. But maybe they might get one of their free Krispy Kremes that are going out of date because they haven't been able to sell them. Maybe they give them to the members sometimes like that. Because I could imagine them doing something like that, chair. All right. I don't even know where I am, guys. You know what? I'm jumping from different. So these hooks draw people in, but they are often gateways into high control systems where dependence grows over time. So that's also, when they put on these events, is to recruit you, is to love bomb you. Do you understand what I'm saying? Is to do all the above, but in like disguised in these events, or it could be like a breakfast morning, or it could be a games night. And because they're all getting exposed, like First Love and that, they're not putting their name on things. They're just saying, come and join us for a jazz night, or whatever it is that they're saying. Like an idiots. Anyway, people figure it out, Joe. I feel like eating some of my. I just feel so hungry all of a sudden because I've had this curry, but it's a little bit peckish. It's a little bit dry there, I can't lie. But At least you see me eating though. You know, I'm not starving myself. No, but you don't need to get that curry from Weatherspoon's chair. It's so nice. Then we've got the respect for authority in African cultures and communities. Pastors are, but this is generic. This is just with the cult characteristic. They're treated as authority figures. But remember, because of the African culture, they're like that anyway. So it's magnified. It's not that it's a BLK church cult problem. We have a problem in the BLK churches, but that's because the control and everything is magnified. Why do you think Macedo has been able to have so many buildings, especially in the UK? This is political connections. A BLK pastor could never come and do that. Guys, I just wanted to give you the realness, man. Come on, let's keep it a buck. This Macedo guy is powerful, you know. This Macedo guy has got a lot of power. He's into a lot of judge, but they only got the power in this dimension. So, guys, we have to get them in the spiritual realm, all right? Don't worry, guys. Even if you can't do anything, just cry out to God. Honestly, the crying out to God, it works, man. It speeds things up. Prayer, intention, whatever. That's why we're so powerful. Our tears, man. God collects our tears. Listen, yeah. If you can't do anything, just cry. Because I'm not going to lie. Sometimes you'll get to a point in the healing journey, yeah, where you'll just cry. You'll just find yourself crying. And that's all healing. Because you've got to remember in there, they deregulate our nervous system, right? That's the first thing. The second thing is we've got to be like robots. Hi, welcome to WCCG. I'm so happy to see you. Please go forward. An usher will take you to your seat. You know, it's so fake and scripted. Like, we got to be fake in our 9 to 5. We got to go to jobs that we don't like, around people we don't like every day. Then they want us to do that in the cult and work extra hard. So do you see why we're getting unwell? Do you see why we're getting friggin' Addisons and stuff wrong with our kidneys? We're getting kidney stones. Why are you 25 years old? You got Addisons, you got kidney stones, you got this, you got that going on. All of these core morbidities with your health issues. The cult. Everybody handles stress differently. You can have someone in there, because I'm not going to lie, I'm made out of steel, man. Honestly, I look skinny and frail, but trust me. That's the only reason I think I would have survived. Because, no, I don't think not many people would have made it, man. Because God has to take you out, like, up to the point, the maximum of what you can handle. I could only handle that 18 years. I couldn't handle any more than that. But some people had to get pulled out before like 10 years. Because it is peak in their chair. You lot. When I tell you, yeah, the lady pastors are the worst. It's you know, like, looking back, because you're a little girl when you're in there. They recruit you in your teens when you're 19, 14, 15, 16. You don't know nothing. Then they're doing up information control. Then when you're going to uni, you're not even going to learn, just to tick boxes. So what you don't clock is that all of the wogs and the first ladies, they act like secondary school. That's why. But when you get an EVIL one that gossips and they act, these wogs and these galdem, that's why they don't let people come close to them, because it reveals how childish they are. Their brains it's like stopped. So they're like mean girls in secondary school. That's how church galdem act. They don't grow up. That's why the auntie will be 54, sitting in a wedding with you. She's been with it because her single married husband ain't blown out her back in 5 years. She's just found out about the other mistress, and now I come in walking like this in a fur coat, in my little tiny dress. Everyone's looking, all the guys, and she's like this. Projection, insecurity, HATE of self. It's not, oh, that's the auntie. Aunties are so, baby, you don't want to admit that your mum HATEs herself and is a pick-me and been ABUSED'd and been walked all over like a rug. You not canoodle your mum. You lot are enablers of your mother. You need to be telling them home truths now so they can snap out of it. And you break the cycles. And the reason why you canoodle it, because that's how they've programmed you to be fake, to keep up a reputation. So you go to the church cult, you do exactly the same thing. That's how they rate. That's how you've been grown. That's why you lot are looking like idiots. Because I'm telling the truth. Everyone can see it, and you lot are trying to cover it up, like you tried to cover up daddy cheating on mummy from fam or whatever you had to do. You had to cover up when daddy was putting hands on mummy. They weren't talking to each other. There was no emotions. You've never seen a healthy relationship with love. Now you've gone to the cult. You've been there for 2 years. Now you're marrying a beloved, and all of a sudden, my dad, my father, my mother, all because you want to keep up appearances for your wedding. Is fake. It's fake in there, bruv. You ain't gonna come and tell me no different. I've been there and done that. There's gal them that will HATE their dad. Their dad ain't done a damn thing for them. All for the wedding, they'll be calling, begging for the dad to walk them down the aisle. Absolutely ridiculous. You lot are lost. Yeah? You wanna come and tell me that I'm delulu, I'm this, I'm that, for coming on the internet and being myself and speaking my truth? Oh, get out of there, man. Are you having a laugh? You're going to come on the internet and police me. Get the hell out of there. I mean, you lot are... I don't know what you are on. You're looking crazy in these streets. How are you coming and attacking a girl for being herself because your pastor's indoctrinated you? It's crazy. You like when you deep it, it's actually crazy. Like I have no animosity, baby. Look at me. I would have been like Alicia Dixon right now, you idiot. I was on X Factor. I got to the final 5. If I wouldn't have been an X Factor, I would have been a top shotter's wife. So I would have been good, even if he went to jail, because I weren't dealing with no idiot. My exes right now, I can tell you, I could put on the TV, but we could be watching them. You've gone and watched their films that they've made and written and directed. You know them ones. Okay, baby. When you're sitting in there going watching films, you don't even know that that's my ex's name on it. Don't even do that up, man. I would have never been broke. So what I'm saying is all of this pizzazz, the fabulousness, the main character, the showbiz, I was meant to be that. But I was minding my own business after my boyfriend got unalived in police custody, going about my business. You lot came to come and recruit me with your far self. And this is what we keep telling you. Get off the blood clot streets. Because I wouldn't be here speaking out. I was minding my own business. Because you don't want to come and infiltrate our space. You want to be out there telling people, oh, come to our church, come to us every minute. Are you all right? Yeah. So vulnerable, babe. And they indoctrinated me to think my life was going to be so bad. I had everything going for me and I couldn't see it. Because, guys, I'm not going to lie, yeah. They don't even know what humility is. I'm so humble. I'm telling you now. Like, I don't care. But the way they've taught humility, it's wrong. It's wrong in their chair. So even when I was on the X Factor and I came out, I never saw myself as a celeb. Because I'm just Leah. This is my personality. That's how I'm just myself. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I never see it the way other people can see it in certain ways. Understand what I'm saying? Because I think we're all the same. We're all fearfully and wonderfully made in God's image. And I think, and that's why they could come on and be like, oh, she's vain, she's this, she's that. But your pastors are, babe. Your unalived mog's wife is, babe. It's not about beauty and what you're doing. It's the state of the heart. They can come wearing shirts buttoned to the top. It's God that judges and weighs the heart of man. That's why you can't judge someone. Do you not get it? If we were going off the judgments of the so-called righteous and the Pharisees of the times of Christ, you lot that are in the cult, you are the Pharisees. You are the ones that would still unalive Jesus Christ this day. Because if Jesus Christ was to come back tomorrow, he couldn't even get the mic to go to Caris to speak in the same church that you say you've built for him and are preaching and teaching. It's not about Christ. It's about the cult leader. It's about David Antry. It's about Dag Heward Mills. It's about Macedo. That's who it's about, babe. It ain't about Christ, because Christ can't come to preach nothing. You can't tell me no different, man. And because they're getting exposed, and I'm telling them, did you think you was gonna mock God? God cannot be mocked. His ways higher, his thoughts higher. It's in the word, babe. God cannot be mocked. Anyway, let's see. But God, if they have mocked you, Father God, if they have mocked you, oh Lord, my God, hear my prayer. If they have mocked you, may you mock them. May they be the laughing stock of the world and beyond. May they be the laughing stock of the universe and infinity and beyond. And I really want God to make an example of Daggy with Mills. I really hope that God exposes Daggy with Mills' chair. Shanae P, why would your mum call you that name? Is that your real name, Shanae? Did your mum have you young? Was it a teen mother that had you, girl? Huh? They're so young. These gal them look up to me. That's what I say to these ninjas when I'm dealing with them. If they're a bit young, I say, listen, you need to get off the market and stop dealing with these little gal. Do you understand me? Because if you're going to be dealing with me, you're dealing with a big gal now. You're dealing with a boss. Do you get it? So don't let me find out that you're dating these little kids. Because there's so many of them. You know, these gal that think they're bad and they got 1 foot in the church and 1 foot out, and they'll be getting their back blown out on Saturday. That's why I didn't really want to be out here dating. But the ninjas are so thirsty. Just think if I put a leash on it, it'll be fine. Do you know what I mean? Because they ain't gonna want to mess this up, chair. Do you know what I mean? These gal them out here, they ain't got nothing going for themselves, chair. All right, let me share these last little bits. Girl that I need. All that no one cares about you lot's crusty, dusty energy, man. No one cares. It's just all you're just gel. Why can't you just be happy and lift each other up and build each other up as women? Oh my God, is it so hard? Thank you, blessed. Is it so hard to be nice and to be kind? You lot, imagine, guys, imagine being that low vibrational, hating on everyone. You're jealous. You don't LOVE yourself. That's why you lot are like you bring like bad vibes. Like you come in and you try to say horrible vibes to bring things down, but that's because your life is so sad. And they want to live in like their little bubbles that they've created. But I'm bursting their bubble and I'm exposing them and making them look like idiots. I get it. You lot do look like idiots outside in these streets. So I can't, like, everyone's laughing at y'all. Like, no one puts no respect on you lot anymore. So I get it. I would be mad too. I get it. But I love you, okay? I love you. I'm doing it because I love you. I'm rebooking you because I love you. With the love of Christ. All right. So then we've got recruitment through cultural familiarity. So these led type of spaces, CCs in South London, replicate styles of worship, language, and music familiar to African migrants. Okay, so the communities, so they feel welcome, and we've seen that with RPF. The RPF have majority like church cult second gen members that have just cult hopped from their family setting, which has been so abusive, and you know, so it's just a cycle. And then it's even worse, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, Austin's like, you know, that past Austin of RPF, he's Nigerian, but he understands how things work in the Western world. So he's got even more of an advantage. That man is just, I'm coming back for RPF anyway. There's so much content that I've just got waiting because I have to try and get a balance, because it's like, I was doing it every day and I've got to get a balance. I've got to live my life a bit. And I think the survivors do want me to live my life as well. So I do have to get, guys, I've put out so much content today, haven't I? And you'd think I haven't put out nothing, but guys, I'm just not happy. When I just feel like I'm exposing them, like even Dag, I'm getting an itch. I need to expose my cult leader because I start to lose my mind. You know, when I'm not exposing Dag, because he's programmed me to worship him, innit? And I've been deprogramming and deconstructing, but I haven't fully because I've been in there for 18 years. So I still need to see Dag. It's like a DRUG. How crazy is that? So do you see what I mean? It's like he's like self up because he's programmed me to literally like survive off the guy. So even now it's like a habit. Like I have to go on and watch his thing, and that's why I expose it. And I'll do like little content. It's mad, isn't it? You lot, this stuff they do is so intricate because you know what? It's a lot of dark witchcraft. Time as a healer, yeah. Do you know what Blacklisted? Do you know that I think that is what that is just, it's such a truth, isn't it? Time as a healer, it's a truth, isn't it? And I think you can find that across everything. You know, like if we really studied like the sacred text, guys, I'm gonna have to go soon because I can't have this piece in anymore. Saying my head, you know, like because I've had it and I'm not used to having things on my head and stuff. You know, that is just time as a healer is such a beautiful truth that even as you evolve in life, you know, throughout your life cycle, into old age and into those last moments at the end of the life cycle, you see that truth. You know, time is a healer. So it's a truth that I think we should all embed. Yeah, definitely. And the body needs a lot of rest as well, especially the neurosystem, because they deregulate the neurosystem. Do you get it? They really do. And that's the part where I feel like we need a lot of rest. Like literally just it's even the mind. Like, you know, when like Christ would say things like, oh, be still. Like he said them, be still and rest in God. And they just couldn't explain it. You know, like the most simplest things that take like the most, it takes the most simplest like responses. If you understand, if you have been given the revelation to understand, if you've been given the eyes and the ears to hear and see, because Christ said you've got ears but you don't hear, and you've got eyes but you don't, do you get it? You don't see. So these people can't hear and they can't see. Yeah, oh my, Miss Blacklisted, trauma is exhausting and it is like an onion. And as you unpack it, you just keep undoing the layers. But I just think if we don't unpack this onion, that's why so many people are topping themselves. It's like you gotta just we gotta just put in the work, because it's like that's all we've got. That's all you just gotta do what you gotta do. That's what I'm saying, because they've taught us a lot of lies and demonize a lot of stuff. So we've just got to throw it out the window now and just get drawn to like what resonates, come back to true authenticity, and then the communities will build, because we've got to rebuild the society. It's a MESS. By the time these Machiavellian leaders are done, it's gonna be KO for us, Cher. So that's why I just say, just go within, girl, because everything's falling apart around us, society as we know it. So let's just find stillness and heaven within. And as the time goes on, I heal more. I'll be doing like more mindfulness, like more meditation. But I don't want to be a hypocrite. I need to get some sort of but is spirituality about that? Like having this thing, like, because that's me needing to deconstruct. Like, when will I ever be ready? And then religion is very much like ritualistic. 7 o'clock, you've got to pray for 5 hours. You've got to be praying with us for a minimum of 1 hour. It's ridiculous. Like, someone could listen. I know of people that there were people getting their backs blown out whilst they were supposed to, they were doing up the prayer when they were in the church cult. They were getting their back blown out because, you know, you just had to put amen. You know, like you just put amen on the WhatsApp group. Spirituality is self-mastery. Oh, I love that. I love that. Because it took me about 2 years, Miss Blacklisted, to realize that like my spiritual practices it's like an art. Do you know what I mean? And then it's something like, for example, like breathing is a spiritual practice, you know, being able to ground yourself, being able to, you know, and that's how I've been dealing with a lot of my anger. But at first, when you're doing it, you're going to feel like an idiot. And you're going to feel like nothing's working, because it needs to become a habit. You need to keep doing it, even if you're not like doing it so much so like consistently. Do you understand what I'm saying? You'll realize that you just do that. Plus, anyway, when you're in the trenches and you ain't got no choice, you'll find yourself breathing. You know, like when a woman's in labor, it's like, it's the breathing that helps you with them contractions, Cher. Yeah. So likewise, guys, I'm not going to lie, breathing saved my life with my second one. So I'm really big on breathing, survivors. And I think I might do something around breathing, maybe like describing what it does, like, because that would be good for me as well, neuroscience wise. And then maybe we can start to just incorporate some of the breathing. But I have been doing breathing though. Earlier I had to do breathing with the UCKG because it's just too much. All right, let's get the other points. But this has been good, isn't it, guys? I haven't done a Twilight live for a while. Mo, are you're a survivor, innit? Can you message me on here? Because I'd lie to you if I said, oh yeah. Because, you know, after this I'm going to be tired. So if you put me a message, and when I see it, I'll message you back. I really wanted to get this UCKG bit done because, guys, it's been weighing so heavily on my heart. But if I really push myself, I could do this 24 hours, you know, because of the cult. I could literally sit. That's why people are like, oh, wondering, oh, like Leah comes on and she's on here for hours, like just talking. Yeah, because I was in a cult. That's what I've been doing. Do you get it? Like they just make you waste your energy, and they set up like these silly little groups for you to like manage, and you'll be talking to, just share something. Just share something with the people. Even if it's 2 or 3 people, just share something. It's a blessing. And then another way they manipulate you is with like conversion of things as well. So they'll say, "Oh, I don't care if I preach and only one person comes." Because I remember Oral Roberts gave his testimony. Oral Roberts is like supposed to be some big father of the faith who heals people. It's like a human fecal matter chat. That someone held a crusade and they were so disappointed that only like 20 people came or something. Oral Roberts was the only one who came forward for prayer or something. And then he's ended up being this big father. You know what I mean? Like that, like, listen, yeah. These ninjas, man, you can't trust them as far as you can throw them. They're a bag of liars, child. I know every trick in the book. That's why they hate to see me coming. But the facts are, I'm a beautiful woman who in these BLK churches saw me as an Obroni and an Oyimbo. And for that reason, I got special privileges. They made me their little favorite. They put me as the golden child, put me on the high pillar, whatever, and then discarded me afterwards when I started getting old and getting my health issues and whatever, because that's when they start to discard you. So if they weren't going and following, doing up colonizer and following up IT supremacy and having prejudice and being aces and having all of that hate in their heart, if they just wasn't like Christ and loved everybody and doesn't see no race or color, it doesn't matter whether you're yellow, black, green or blue, but you lot make it something in these spaces. And that's why a lot of the like YT women and men, they could, when they get in these BLK church cults, oh my God, they get trapped there. They really do get trapped because the way they get their claws in. I don't know whether they see it as like, like spiritually or witchcraft within their judge, if they see it as something. I don't know what it is, Chair. I need to look into it. I'm going to do a deep dive. But anyway, UCKG's going to make me do that deep dive. They going to fast me too because it's just so EVIL. All right. Then we've got strategic targeting of high traffic deprived areas. Places like Woolwich Town Centre have high footfall of working class, unemployed and migrant populations. There's going to be a lot of like illegal people staying. Do you know what I mean? They don't have documents. This is when they come to church cults like this because they know they're going to help them. It's like they're not even churches. They're more like communities, like it might be like a certain Angolan church that or Nigerian, from that community. You've come with no papers. You're going to go redeemed. Do you get it? Like mad. And then they get the women here and they end up marrying pygmies, the uncles. And then as soon as they make their money and they start to build themselves up and they get their stay and whatever, they're trapped with these women that they just used for papers. Mad. You reap what you sow, though. You reap what you sow, ninja. You reap what you sow. You're too fast. Now you're here with papers, but you ain't getting satisfied, and you ain't with the person you love, but you got your papers. It's as good as not having papers. You know them ones. Street evangelism. So then we've got outreach. And again, this isn't random. It's deliberately aimed at those most in need of community help or escape from hardship. All right. So guys, there's going to be a lot of people with a lot of different issues, going into these spaces. And so this is what we call strategic targeting. And another example of that is uni church cults as well. That's another example of strategic targeting. Then we've got cycle of dependency. Once inside, members are kept busy with outreach, all-night prayers, constant services, events, prayers on WhatsApp, targets. Yeah, there's people, guys. I used to have a list of all the names of people I would meet, and I would write it on my piece of paper when I was living in my hostel, and I'd be sitting there and praying in tongues. It's psychosis, man. Religious psychosis. I was in psychosis when I presented because of the trauma. Guys, let me just take my donut out of the fridge. So by the time I finish the live, it will be room temperature. 1 second, y'all. Oh my God. That girl left the yum yum as well. Oh, she's so bad. Yum yum, as well as the 2 Belgian buns. And I told her to have this one. Honestly, I got to watch that girl, chair. She's so sweet. So pretty. Did you lose weight after leaving from happiness? No, child. I did not lose weight. Guys, you know what? I can't lie to you. I'm not going to sit here and it was just the stress and trauma. It's nothing to do with happiness or it's just the stress. But when I came, when I realized that I was going to leave my husband, I was like, yeah, you're not going to discard me. Look, I'll tell you the truth. All right, let me just give you this quick gem because we're vibing this late, blah, blah, blah. So afterwards now, when I realized that, like, no, I can't do this with my ex-husband anymore. Like, it's unalive. Like, I've got to cut out. You get me? Like, nah, B. So when I clocked that, yeah, what was the question? Oh, about losing weight. So when I clocked that now, when I started to like tell him like, oh, we need to work on this. Like in the beginning, I was begging him to take me out to eat, begging him to get therapy, begging him. My man didn't want to do nothing. Yeah. Then now when I'm saying I'm leaving, we should end it. At first, I didn't feel like he was fighting for me. Like it felt more like he was staying for the kids. I didn't feel like there was that fight. So I felt like in my mind, like, right, this man really did me this dirty. Like I really built him up, like gave 10 years of my life. Now I'm looking all like washed up and just looking a state. Like he's ready to just dash me, That's how it felt. That's how I internalized it. So I said, nah, B. I said, I got to level up. Because I was like, if I just lose a bit of weight, just get myself back on track, like do my hair. I was like, because when you get divorced, that's how you're thinking. Because you can't go down. You can't go down like that, chair. Well, that's how the women should be thinking. You got to empower yourself. So it's a bit like, just getting that revenge body, leveling up, like saying you're not gonna, hey, Ray, you're all right, babe. It's that type of vibe. But the stress of not being able to eat. And them injections, they didn't help me. I was doing the dieting, but it didn't really help. So yeah, so it's different for everybody, innit? But mine was a combination of stress, and you're not gonna discard me, like, because now I bet you wish like you didn't act the way you acted, like, because now everybody wants me. How do you feel? Like you can't play a player, like you cannot. Even my ex after him, he's an idiot. He's crying in his pillows. I'm surprised you're still on. Yeah, today's like I don't have the kids this evening, innit? So I thought, oh, let me spend time with the collective. I could have gone out to dinner BTW, by the way. Just to let you lot know, I could have been outside tonight, but I can't. No, let's face it. Just went out yesterday. I've got a disability. I'm sure he's remorseful. God, a Nigerian man will never really be remorseful. They just put it into money. That's what they do. They just make more money and continue the toxic cycles. I love this song. That's Lucky Days. I really hope he comes to the UK. I'm waiting for this one. Because I can imagine Lucky Day, like live. Are you all right? Even that Yeba, I would see live. Do you not know about Yeba? Oh my God. Do you know what Yeba's given me though? Yeba's given me that like her dad's a mega church pastor or she grew up in the church. I feel like I bet you any money if I search that girl up because she's like got that voice, like she's been a worshipper. Do you know? Yeah. She clocked it and she said, baby, I'm going to go out here and make some money and share my talent with the world like the good Lord wants me to. I'm not going to stay in these four walls, man, and just have my talent siphoned. I'm going to go and share it with the world because it's like that. It's the universal law of multiplication. Like the more you put out there, the more you'll get. They're in their self-sealing system doing up recycled praise worship. That's why it's stagnant. They've got a poor retention rate. They cannot sustain and keep the members. Recruitment is the lifeblood of the cult. So if we continue to speak our truth, and you've got to stay positive, like it's changing, guys, like this will not last. It doesn't matter what they say because they gaslight. They give so much fake statistics. Like right now, if I go somewhere, I'm going to tick that I'm Christian, but I don't class myself as Christian. We don't care about statistics. It's about what people think in their heart and mind and who is walking through that door every week. And who's staying and who's coming back. And if the recruitment is effective, the cults won't survive. They'll start to become stagnant. That's how denominations unalive, like Catholicism. And that is this Pentecostal's time now. I'm so happy. Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Thank you so much. No, I'm not mixed. Well, according to okay, let me not lie. My DNA, that there is showing mixes in there, but my mum and dad are both black. Why do people always ask me that, man? It's so annoying. My skin's brown. I don't understand why. Where did this mix thing come from? It's just these type of gal them. They love to call themselves mixed. You know what I mean? Like Do you get it? Like, we're just all black. Like, it comes in many different sizes. Everyone's black. Do you know that? We're all just different shades. It goes from whitey to like darker skin because we're all one race, the human race. That's even a social construct. Sorry, I do get a bit like, I'm a bit social justice activist. Yeah, all right, I have a bit of Cuban in me. Because you know what, I felt really bad. Like, I started attacking you, and he's just come in and asked that you mix because you might not be. You probably don't even know about what I'm saying or anything, innit? Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope I didn't feel like I was chopping off your head. It's not even like that, chair. My I've got Jamaican in me, Montserratian, Cuban, Aruban. My nan was Aruban. Did I say Montserratian? But I did my DNA, and I'm 37.1% Nigerian, 22 or 27, something like that. Sierra Leone, and then I'm like just a bit over 40% of different. There's Spanish in there. Actually, when I did the DNA test, it's like Iberia, so that's like Spanish, some Spanishy, and then there's like European and. Oh, is it? But it makes sense. I had a lot of European. They're like Germany, Netherlands, France, and that makes sense because my nan's a Reuben, and you know they speak Dutch. There's some. I think they were colonized by the Netherlands or something. So when that came up in my blood, like I was like, oh, there's definitely been actual exploitation within slavery. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a whitey parent, but I know I've got like whitey ancestors. Even just like like the things I enjoy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I love a pub grub and like like chips and like bangers. I'm not saying that's the only whitey food, but I'm just saying like I love all that. Do you know what I mean? It's in my blood. Like, I'll be denying myself. That's the truth. But it's from the actual exploitation. Because remember, they used to keep the prettier, what they thought as like the lighter, the fairer skinned women in the house, and then they would keep the dark. So there's all of that colorism from it. So I don't really like getting into this content, but we do need to unpack it in it. But I just feel like God made me like this because I'm just a bit of everyone, and I don't see race or color or, do you know what I'm saying? I just got a bit of everything in me, so I just love all people. We're just all like United Colors of Benetton. But when the race discourse comes into it, like, I will fight for my BLK community. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they have created this social construct, and we do face a lot of ageism on an intersectional level. So if I didn't acknowledge that and I weren't ready to stand up for what is right and true, then I'd be like the Mogs and the Wogs. Oh, universal love. Oh, that's lovely. And I really want it to feel like that because I want everybody to feel welcome, because I am very strong in my blackness, but then I do go into like do you know what I mean? I'm just eclectic. I love all people. And I've got a bit of like, I've got so much, like, my family is like the United Colors of Benetton. Do you understand what I'm saying? So it's just all love, man. And that's why I'm not making it a BLK church problem, because if we say it's a BLK church problem, then what that does is that denies and minimizes all of the survivors from other like minorities, backgrounds, YT. And I've had survivors. I've actually got a survivor. She shared her account, Esther. She's a YT woman from Ireland. And guys, the parents were so hyper religious. It's so sad. The girl ended up losing her eye. Oh, thanks, babe. I appreciate you. Who's that? Ooh, thank you, my love. Hey, Sheila. Thank you, Sheila. Do you know what I mean? It's so sad, man. Colorism is annoying because it even causes women to hate each other. Exactly. And it causes women to think that they're automatically beautiful or stunning, like, Courtney Clark, because they're fair skinned. It's nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do. It doesn't mean because you're fair skinned and you got green eyes that you're beautiful, babe, or it makes you special. It's got nothing to do with that. And again, that's just colorism within the community. That's why we need to celebrate all tones. Because I've got two kids that are two completely different colors. My oldest could pass for mixed race, and my youngest is darker skin. She's darker than me. And I think God gave me two children like that because it's like I don't see color, and it's just, and they're both the same dad, and they've come out looking completely different colors. So they've taught us a lot of human fecal matter on this planet. I'm not gonna lie, it's all to force us. I don't know, guys. Are we in HELL? Are we in HELL, guys? Is this like a test? Because I'm starting to think, nah, man, we got to be in the Truman Show. Someone's got to come out and tell us this is all a hoax. Am I on a TV show? Like, I need to know the truth, chair, because we're all like, nah, something's up now. What's going on? Is there other people watching us from another more sophisticated planet? Is our lives being used as entertainment? I tagged you in this cult story that this girl got out of her in USA, Texas, and African church. Lord, oh God, is it? What was there one doing up church cult vibes in there as well, girl? All right, let me check. Is it in my? Have I looked at it? Star seeds are in simulation. Ooh. I love it when the spiritual girlies come in and they just like drop their little dimes. Feel free, express yourself. Yeah, and you know what, babe? I finally feel like it is starting to go, but the women have to love themselves. It doesn't matter what tone you are. It doesn't matter what size you are. Listen, it's about energy and vibe. If you've got that right aura, do you know what I mean? You can get a man, and that man, because you love yourself and you're so obsessed with yourself, you bring that man into like your aura, into your energy. Like I cannot stand an insecure woman, and you know that scripture says jealousy. Who can withstand her? Jealousy, who can? That's why if there's a vibration and it's like a jealous vibe, like I walk in somewhere and all the gal them is jealous, I just have to walk out, because I'm just like I can't stand this energy. But the gal them who aren't that and don't LOVE themselves, they won't experience this, because there's more women that don't put the work in themselves, are in unhappy celibate marriages, or do not. That's why they HATE to see the truth, because I'm reading them for absolute filth. They can't handle it. Because they all want to be, in the cloud, like my life is so great and I'm married, but your husband doesn't blow out your back. He doesn't get you anything. He doesn't appreciate you. So why are you all out on the street trying to tell us how to live my life? And I've got a whole mailbox full of men wanting to shower gifts on me. Why should I listen to you when your husband hasn't bought you a bouquet of flowers ever? The whole time you've been together, he's never bought you a bouquet of flowers. He's never bought you a piece of jewelry. He's never done anything for you, and you've given him kids. He doesn't get you anything on Mother's Day. He doesn't appreciate you, nothing. You get nada. And you want to come on the street and tell me that the life you're living, I should come and follow. Listen, guys, I heard this from Shira 7, yeah? If you wouldn't replace your life with someone, don't take advice from them. Oh, thanks, Rose LaFleur. This is like my old school hairstyle, because I was just getting too weak to do the braids. Because of my chronic calf, I couldn't set up for that. I'm not being able to set up for those long periods of time. So I said, oh, fit man, I'm just gonna deal with the natural hair. And I prayed. I said, God, please make my hair have grown, so when I take it out, it won't look so short. God, please, my heart, and my hair grew. I say, amen. Because I've been speaking to my hair like intentions, because our hair is like a plant. If you water it and grow it and nourish it, because our hair is alive, it's living follicles. So I've been like loving myself and putting oil in my hair and really just loving my hair, and I've just noticed the difference. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, she said it looks so elegant. Oh God, is it giving elegant? Oh, thanks, babe. Oh, is it giving elegant? But I'm not gonna lie, this is my classic Central Mayfair look. Who am I fooling? Girl, this is my Mayfair look. This is my Central look. I'm not gonna lie. But this is what I used to do back in the day. This never failed me, this style. Just a little cheap ponytail, babe. You can get it from any hair shop. Just a synthetic. It's a cheap little synthetic one, yeah. It's a pandemic. These churches are all about their bottom lines. Yeah, they only, girl, they don't care about, they're everywhere. Have you seen them, girl? They're on every street corner. I think because they feel like they're coming under, like threat and stuff. They feel like, and then the mogs, they've got no choice but to keep rearing them up. Don't you get it? Because they're not going to give them the money, they're going to come out of the cognitive dissonance state. It's mad. I wouldn't want to be like David Antry and Daggy with Mills and that right now. They must not be sleeping. If your pastor's looking a bit rough and unshaven and a bit unkept these days, you're welcome. I know they're not sleeping. How can you be sleeping at such a time as this? Christ will come like a thief in the night. Ooh, Instagram says always begging for souls. It's so true. Girl, like we're so past that. Do you know what I mean, girl? Like look at how much we've elevated, guys. We came from begging people to come to to come to the cult, yeah. And we were just out there, like just taking orders from a random person that we'd known for a little piece. Like we're not even doing that for our parents. in religious psychotic states, like complete, when you see them, lights are on, no one's home, completely disassociated. That's why they can stand out for hours just giving out leaflets. Do you know what they remind me of? They're no different from, you know, the people that are giving you leaflets, like they're trying to, I don't know, someone's paid them to give out, I don't know, 300 leaflets. You know, it's for some random business. I don't know, like, I don't know, carpet cleaning or something. That's how worthless it is. And at least those people are giving out the flyers. They're getting a little £20, a little £30. They ain't getting nada. And then after they give out the flyers, when they could be making more money, then they go to the church court and go and give money that they don't have, and then they can't pay their bills. I knew this was a new one. Kokoroko has come out with a new song. Do you not know Coco Rocco? It's a South London group, and they're so like alternative. I'd love to see them live. I hope I get to see them. Like my vibe is more like live music now, like concerts, live music, festivals. All right. They're busting up on Instagram. All right, we're getting to the end now. I'm gonna do the cycle of dependency and then in short. So if you've got any questions, guys, I'm more than happy to answer questions. So if there is anything that you want to ask or say, just let me know in the comments. So this is the last one that I'm going to do tonight in terms of, because UCKG is heavy, but I have to hold the space for UCKG survivors. So I'm going to continue this tomorrow. Oh, but I might not be on tomorrow, guys. If you're seeing a lot of content, I might not be on tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna see how I feel. See how I feel when I get up in the morning. I'm not gonna stress myself like you 304s in the culture. They must be, God, the pressure in there. You lot, could you imagine the pressure? The pressure in these church cults is gonna be wild at the moment, chair. They're gonna have to be, gosh, they gotta be breaking their back, chair. Are you all right? And it's been raining as well, poor things. The worst is when you just get your hair done and you got to be out in the rain, man. They just take the PISS. Do you know what I mean? Like, each time the poorest is sitting somewhere in the shower, they don't even come out on outreach review. They come out like once in a blue moon. You know, like when they've elevated to like the poorest levels. Just it's crazy. Okay, I've read this one already. All right, so it's all of these constant services and prayers and all nights and events. So instead of tackling root issues, so housing, poverty, trauma, the church keeps them dependent on rituals and leaders for answers. That's it in a nutshell. I'm gonna screenshot that, because that's guys, that is perfectly said. If ever I saw a statement that was perfect and true, I'm just gonna put this up to me. I'm just gonna put it with the words. I'm gonna take this again. Once inside and trapped in the self-sealing system, members are kept busy with outreach, all-night prayers, and constant services. Instead of tackling root issues, housing, poverty, trauma, needing to get therapy, the church keeps them dependent on rituals and leaders for answers. So in short, they target deprived BLK communities, and this is the UCKG I'm talking about specifically, doing up Woolwich and having one of these big buildings in every deprived area in London, you know, them ones, and beyond, and apparently outside of London as well, they're doing it up. So instead of tackling root issues, housing, poverty, trauma, getting some therapy, the church keeps them dependent on rituals and leaders for answers, and because it keeps them busy. So when you're constantly doing all these rituals and up and down and busy, and it's like you've got to clock in, you've got to be there on time, otherwise you'll miss it. You'll miss the blessing of God, you'll miss the move of God, you'll miss the word of God. There's a lot of psychology, like a lot of fair base. It's like a moment. It's just bare human fecal matter, man. They just talk, guys, when you come on, man. I really hope people are deconstructed, because at this point, what do I have to give my blood to show you lot how fake this is? Do you know what I mean? Like, come on, God is showing you lot now. You just, like, we just got to get up now and just start living our lives and just and expose them, especially the kings, man. Where's the mandem? I need some masculine mandem coming in, because the men are so feminine there, isn't it? Lord God, my fiance is in CE. What's CE, girl? Church of England. I left 3 years ago. He is starting to wake up, but he still doesn't get it. Okay. Okay. I'm not. Okay. So this is I'm not going to say, I'm just going to say it's one of the BLK churches. Okay. I was in it for 2 years and went through HELL, because I just don't want to give just in case, you know what I'm saying, babe, because you're still working through these things actively. I left 3 years ago, but just had a revelation what I was in. Oh, so this is Pastor Chris. Christ Embassy, because that's the one I've been exposing, isn't it? So I'm getting Christ Embassy people coming through. All right, babe, I've had a few survivors start to share their accounts with me, and I'm going to get back to you lot tomorrow. That's what I'm going to be doing, speaking to the Christ Embassy people. So tomorrow is a great time. If you could message me, my love, that would be brilliant, because I really want to expose Christ Embassy, because I like Nigerians. Do you know what I mean? That's my type. I need to help them, man. The kings, yeah. Come on, you lot, help me expose it. Come on, we need to save our kings, all of our kings. I'm not trying, you know. I'm not. Listen. I don't describe. Listen, as long as you got money and you worship me, I don't care. You could be yellow, even an alien. I'm saying, come and get me, yeah. You could be Asian, whitey. Oh, I love a Scotsman as well. Do you know that? I need to get. Do you know what? Yeah, I think my problem is that I'm here in the UK. I think I need to go to Ireland or Scotland, because them man, them, yeah. You know, like get one in a kill. Are you all right? Yeah, so message me, my love. Message me. Oh, I'd love to get, you know, like a 6'4" Scotsman. Isn't it, Miss Blacklisted? Oh God, them Scotsmen are nice, you know. And I do like the Irishmen, you know, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see what will happen, chat. Me, I'm not, you know, I'm not fussed. As long as he's got money and he treats me like a queen and he doesn't say no to me, that's it. That's what I'm saying. I do not see color, because I'm not, I don't even have a type. Like, I'm not attracted. Like, I don't have a type. It's just the better you treat me, it's just like the more, like you can buy me. I can fall in, we grow in love. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just like to grow in love. Yeah, direct message me. He puts all his money in the oh my God, I feel it for you, man. So what you're saying is, you've been in this marriage and then you've come out and you've awoken and you're deconstructing and deprogramming and figuring it all out and how they're teeth and the money and everything, but the hubby's still in there giving the tithe and all the money. So, oh God, you know what, babe? I'm so sorry. So that money you could be using to do your hair, to do your pedi, to do your to get your nails did. Girl, even that little 10% you lot could be doing up city breaks in Paris. I travel to Nigeria every year, so I'm familiar with the. Oh, you're engaged. God, I'd get him out first before doing up the marriage. I'm not gonna lie, babe, but it's up to you, because ultimately you've got to do what makes you happy, babe. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to do what's right for you. Do you get what I'm saying? But I would want him less indoctrinated before signing on the dotted line. Oh, she said it's gonna be a long one. Lord God. Do you know what? This Christ Embassy needs to get exposed. It's been destroying a lot of life. And that Pastor Chris is weird. What's up with him, man? Why does he perm his hair like that? Oh, God. I get that guy's at MESS, isn't it? Because he was married to that woman. She had about 5 kids for him and left him, innit? Pastor Chris's wife. Are they still together? Because word on the street is that they got divorced. And she's got about 7 youths for him. Listen, if a woman leaves a man after having 5+ kids, that man is not it. Because if the woman's had 5 kids with him, like, really, where are you going? So it has to be like that level of, like, that limit for someone to say, no, I can't do this. Can't get married because of the nonsense, the spiritual aspect. He's been in 16 years. Message me. But you know what? I can't judge a person and say give up on a person, because I was in there 18 years. So sometimes he could be 2 years off leaving. You never know. Because the thing is, it's not that the church cult man them are all bad, you know, because some of them are all right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, most of the man them that I was, but I wouldn't deal with them. Those man them that I was dealing with when I first came out of the church cult, I wouldn't be dealing with them now, because they're all them man that you would find in these spaces. But that's the thing. You need to, because sometimes you can't give up on people. You got to go for what you want, babe, because I'm not going to advise you on, I won't get involved in your business, because, you know, the collectives like my brethren, like, you know, with my brethren, like, I don't get involved in my brethren's relationships, or, you know, because that just gets messy, yeah. Do you know what I mean? If you've got a type, you like to go for dusty, bald, whatever, my type's rich and bald, it's fine. We can still vibe. We don't have to have the same type and want the same things. No, Pastor Anita filed for divorce probably 5 years ago. Oh, okay, all right. So yeah, because she's had enough. Do you know what? I want that woman to do an expose, man. Come on, let's start creating our reality. Where's all the CEs, the Christ Embassiers? Hey, Queen. Where's all the Christ embassiers? Let's come on, guys. We've got to put intentions out there for Anita to expose them up. Anita, he's probably giving that woman so much money to silence her, and then she's got to think about her kids. Do you know how old the youngest one is? She's got to think about her kids as well, and the legacy of her kids and all that. I don't know. It's that one's sticky. I'm not gonna lie, but you never know what God will do, Chair. You know, because I'm shocked. I never thought that would happen to Charlie Kirk. Charlie Kirk's been outside in these streets. You never know, man. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, Chair, I wouldn't put anything past what God is doing in 2025. And they keep using all these examples. The more, it's like Israel. It's like Moses and Israel. And the more they keep trying to justify it, the more I just feel like God will just keep doing stuff. But let's see anyways. Because according to them, he's a martyr. I bet we're going to get people coming and saying, oh, that they saw Charlie Kirk in heaven. You know, all the false prophets, like just really stretching it, man. Really trying to make us believe that this ninja's upstairs. All right. So I'm going to end on this, guys. So church cults like UCKG, they target deprived BLK communities because poverty, immigration, stress, and cultural respect for church authority creates fertile ground for manipulation. The promise of miracles, prosperity, and belonging is powerful bait, but behind it is financial exploitation, emotional control, and cover-ups of abuse. How sad. It took me so long to realize, because my head was in the clouds, completely disassociated. Because my boyfriend unalived, man, I'd already lost my mind, and then I just exchanged it for hyper religiosity. So I exchanged that. When I came in there, I was so dependent on Leaf, and you know, it was just crazy. And then I was using that to deal with obviously the unalivement of my boyfriend. And then when I started going to church, God, it was like an addiction. And then it's like they manipulate you, because it's like you want to belong, and then they promise you, like they sell you a dream, and then they say, oh, but you can't be smoking and do this. You can't be so you can't do this and can't do that. And then that's when they start bringing in the rules and obedience. All right, I'm gonna go on TikTok, guys. It's been almost 3 hours. This is the longest live I've got away with. God bless you. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. But if I don't, guys, it's because it's content day. I love you, but I'll try and come on and say hello, even if I just quickly say hello. Love you guys. Love yourself. Bye, Blacklisted. Bye, you guys. Yeah, because you know what, guys? I'm so sorry I was covering the camera. You know what, guys? I had to turn it off on TikTok. Oh my God, I'm getting better on there, Chair. I did 3 hours and I didn't get one tutorial. I'm so proud of myself. Are you all right? Guys, I've really learned to control my anger. I'm so happy with me. Oh God, it just feels like I just went through all those trenches. And I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like I'm coming out on the other end. But remember, guys, I do have EUPD, so I could be on here tomorrow crying. I just can't do it anymore. All right, let me go. Love y'all. Let me stop Instagram first. Bye, Insta. Love y'all. Have a great night. Bye. Oh, YouTube. I love this little community that we're creating. Miss El Rose, you like YouTube, innit? Miss El Rose, you like YouTube, yeah. Oh, Miss El Rose, message me, man. Let's do a little link up, man. Even if we just go somewhere cheap, we could even go McDonald's. Do you get what I'm saying, babe? Or we could go to like do a little Starbucks, get a little coffee, because I want to get into like doing like stuff like that with survivors, because the weather's changing now, so we could get nice like I like a flat white latte. No, just like a flat white, yeah. And then I also like coffees with like, you know, like when they put different flavors in and stuff. So we could actually be doing that up, Chair. All right, let me go, guys, because this is what I'm just talking to you with fecal man. You guys might want to go and, you know, go off and do something. I need to take this hair out. All right, love you. Bye, guys.